Welcome to the Broken Water Outfitters podcast. Here, we discuss fly fishing concepts and tactics with anglers of all skill levels. Our goal is to empower you on your fly fishing journey and help you hunt the water effectively. So, come join us and maybe we can learn something together.
Welcome to the Broken Water Outfitters podcast. This being episode 1, seems fitting. I would tell you a little bit about Broken Water Outfitters. We're a little bit different type of outfitter. We're not focused on gear. We're focused on knowledge. Our goal is to make your mind the most essential piece of gear that you have with you on the stream. To me, fly fishing is more than a hobby. It's a lifestyle. That means 365, 24/7, whether I'm on the stream or not. I'm always trying to find a way to improve my stream IQ or grow my fish brain. I never want to be caught off guard on the stream and not be able to come up with a solution to whatever the problem is that I'm facing. Went down the rabbit hole in this whole fly fishing thing. Based on the traffic down here, not everybody out there has the ability or time to become a Rhodes Scholar in fly fishing. But everyone with a fly rod wants to catch a fish. That's our goal. We're here to help everybody, from seasoned anglers to the beginners to the people who are just a little fly curious. Fly fishing has a reputation for being a bit exclusive and intimidating. I'm not a big fan of all that. When you think of fly fishing, people generally don't think of a blue-collar angler who's out there wet wading, chucking 5-inch streamers. You think of the professor type who's out there casting dry flies to the king's fish. That's not what this is about. This is about everyday people getting out there, getting those experiences. You're probably going to pick up on it as we get through a lot of this, but I'm not a big fan of the fly fishing industry. They portray a sport that you can't afford to try, and it just doesn't have to be that way. I could probably continue on this rant for about 5 hours. There's no set limit to how long these are going to go. Let's move on. We'll introduce our guest here today. We'll start with Pete. He's joining us, a.k.a. DJ Rodfather. There's a story there we'll cover at some point. And then we have Jon, who's with us. We have a little bit of an outline. I'll sign the copies if anybody wants them. We're going to introduce ourselves a little bit by getting into some questions related to fly fishing.
Let's do it.
Pete, what got you into fly fishing?
Oh, boy. Short story. Well, I started off very young. I fished with my father and his friends, but I was needling minis and fishing with minis when I was, 9 years old. And I was quite successful at it. And then, when you start seeing fish rising at that time of year, I started just curiosity. So basically, curiosity is what got me into it. And that was years later that I actually tried it and really felt the rush.
So basically, the inability to find a floatant for a mini.
Yeah, if the mini would have floated. Good point. So, curiosity, overall, curiosity. Yeah.
Jon, what about you?
I would say what got me into it was you guys. I'd never done it until, it was after college, I think.
Yeah.
First time you ever went out with you. We fished a lot when we were younger, but it was like in the pipe under the road down by Mona's, catching little minis.
Some of my earliest fishing memories are catching brook trout, and it was a ditch that went through our front yard that went into that stream. Then.
Yeah. If you caught like a 10-inch, like you were the
trophy.
king of the summer.
Wow.
Like that was a ton of fun. And then you asked me one time about it, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'll try it. I went out, and man, it was like, it's addicting. I tell everybody that doesn't do it when they're like, oh, I want to try it, but like, it's too expensive just to try it out, and I don't know if I'll like it. Yeah. Buy a cheap kit and go. That's what I started with, a cheap kit. Listen, I think you gave it to me. It was like your first kit.
Yes.
And it worked for, I think, 2 years I used it. Yeah. Until I realized, like, I'm into this.
So. I'll guarantee you it'll still catch fish.
My nephew has it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still working. He catches down at the pond with it as he's trying to learn. I blame you guys. So
you're welcome.
Accept that. I guess I kind of have like a similar path in, as probably could just combine the two of yours, really. I remember being a kid, my dad didn't want to deal with a lot of tangles on the stream. He had, he had a fly rod laying around, and we fished on trout streams with a fly rod, but there was a grub on the end of it, or a worm. Because you can't cast it and throw it into a tree. At that point, I had no idea.
Just for the record, I can't.
No idea how to make the fly rod work. Yeah. And then, really did a lot of fishing over the years. Something I always come back to, and always had the desire to go fly fishing and get into the sport. And said something to Pete about it. Pete was like, "Yeah, I'll show you the ropes."
Let's do it.
Yeah. And then the rest is history, along with a lot of my bank account.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's. I will say that. I know you said about like the cost doesn't have to be great, but it lures you in. Like it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I probably need that, don't I?
Yeah.
And then you start. But once you figure it out, like that's where I figured, like where I'm at now. I don't spend that much money on it anymore. Where at first, yeah, I did.
Yes.
And I think
And you
you
start
kind of
to-
reined me in a little bit. You're like, you're
Yeah.
buying stuff you don't need. You just think you need it.
You start, it's kind of backwards after you're into it for a little while. Then you understand where to spend your money.
Yes,
As to
yeah.
what's worth it. And then you don't need an $800 custom painted Able reel. It's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is the reason for these podcasts.
yeah.
To help
I
people
think
out
it's like-
there.
Yeah.
Not
We're
to-
looking to help everybody.
there's nothing wrong with that fancy stuff. I just don't. Like I realized, I
Yeah,
learned.
time and place.
I learned that like, hey, you're focusing on the wrong thing, and
Yeah.
it was a name.
Pete, what do you enjoy most about fly fishing?
Besides seeing me more.
That is enjoyable. It's pretty far up there, but it's not the most. It does feed into to my answer here, and the answer is, for a while I enjoyed watching the fish come up and grab a dry fly off the top. I mean, anybody that fly fishes, that is going to be an ultimate high for that person when it starts to happen for them. I'm older now. I've seen the fish come up many times. Not that it still doesn't excite me, because it never gets old. But I think getting out there in the country, in the stream, especially whenever you have your buddies with you or family, and that's just good quality time out in the country and hanging out with people.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy the most right there.
Yeah. What about you, John?
Probably just getting away from everything from work. I mean, you guys know, like usually I leave early from our trips just because I want to get home. I feel guilty like being away from home, but man, it's just so relaxing. Like it's
Yeah.
it's so enjoyable. Like you guys hammer fish, and I might catch 4 that day. And there's no like, yeah, we pick a little, but like it's just I don't care. Like I love it.
Yeah.
And I typically usually catch the first fish. Why I have no idea.
You're not wrong.
For some reason it's been happening. But like it's so rewarding, like to know. No, I don't tie like I used to, but like
Yeah.
okay, that Ryan tied that fly and I caught that fish on a tactic that Pete showed me.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh.
like I did everything else. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just I love that. Like it's just fun and it's relaxing. No phones usually, mostly where we go.
Yeah.
Because like with my job and like you're always kind of getting a call or a text or an email or something. I remember last fall my phone went off in the stream and I didn't even know you could hear it. You were a ways away and I hear no phones like echo over the canyon. And I just started laughing to myself. And I was pulling it out. And I'm like, nah, he's right. And I just threw it back in the pouch and just cast. I didn't catch anything. I wish I had a cool story. Like, then I hammered a fish, but it was just funny, like through the canyon, no phones. But that is like the fun of it, is that part of it.
Yeah.
Like, and we don't have
Yeah.
to go far. Like, we're blessed with where we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like in the winter, we go and we're home in 20 minutes
Yeah.
once we hit the vehicle.
Yep.
Like, it's
We're
nice.
we're in central Pennsylvania, kind of north central ish.
Yeah.
It's kind of some of the waters that we hit, and it's just we're lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
Yeah.
You don't have to drive. Be anywhere in this region, you're probably a few miles away from a trout stream, and definitely within 30 minutes to an hour of something that is just
Amazing.
fantastic and
Yeah.
world class. I think kind of what I probably enjoy most is that solitude, like you guys are talking about, like getting out there, getting away, being in nature a bit, kind of cutting away from the distractions of the world, because you're trying to catch a fish. That's all you're focused on. There's sitting there casting a dry fly to a rising fish going, oh man, did I pay the garbage bill last week? Oh, what time's the game
Yeah.
on? No, there's
I
no
might
other
worry.
thoughts.
It depends what team. I might worry about what time the game's on.
I
But
don't think you
it's-
do. There's no way.
It's
Ain't no
tough.
way.
It's tough to think of anything else while you're focused on that task. And that kind of leads into one of the next things about what do you find most challenging? That's what brings me back. Like, that's what I enjoy most, is that challenge of it. I don't fly fish because I think that it's superior in any fashion. If I thought there was a better tactic to use, that's what I would do. I would be a gear fisherman. I haven't touched a spinning rod in probably 8 years. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel that the fly rod and the setups I'm using are a better tool for the task. But yeah, that's what I enjoy. It's getting out there, getting away. There's some restorative properties to all that.
Yeah.
Some healing, just kind of getting away. I get a little angry when new spots of cell phone service appear. I remember last year we were floating. Pete's like, "Oh, I just got a text message." I was like, "No."
Yeah, and you're always quick to call us out on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or last year when I found out like the cabin that we're going to stay in next week had Wi-Fi. I was like,
Yeah.
I
they
remember
put in Wi-Fi at the cabin.
I remember saying, "Hey, do they have Wi-Fi there?" And your response was, "Unfortunately."
Yeah.
What do you guys find most challenging about fly fishing?
I mean, mine's easy, and you guys could probably guess it, but landing fish.
Yeah,
I still strive.
we were just talking about that the other day.
Thanks, buddy.
You're
But it
welcome.
is like I still haven't figured it out. And I mean, I've been fishing now with you guys for I don't know how long, and you guys will put me on the fish, and for every one you'll catch 5. Like that, the one hole last year or the spring there, it was exactly like that. Like you're like, hey, right in this. I mean, I landed I think 2 or 3 fish out of there, but like you hit. Probably twice or 3 times that many in the same time frame, but it was because I was just missing them, and I still do it. I still pull the wrong way, or I think I just get too excited. Like,
Listen,
I do.
it
I
happens.
love it. Like,
It happens.
I get that bite, and I'm like, oh gosh, and I rip
I'm
my
pretty
rod
sure
up
we've
and-
both been there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's the hardest thing for me is to get out of that, and it's dumb to say, but it's that excitement of getting that hit. Like I just get excited. I still do, and I just don't process like, okay, now land it.
A few episodes from now, we'll cover some of those things. Maybe we'll help you
Okay,
out.
I'll take notes.
Yeah.
And you guys will still pick on me. Still won't do it.
Or there'll be one-on-one instruction here coming up.
Oh, that's true.
In about
yeah.
a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you find most challenging, Pete?
You know,
Fishing with
I
John.
thought about that. Other than fishing with John,
Dealing with the riffraff.
I couldn't think of anything that was most challenging. I mean, I just enjoy everything. So I don't know if I really try that hard that I think, geez, this is challenging. Because I think of challenging being like frustrating, kind of like if
I
you don't
gotcha.
figure something out. If I'm back casting and there's a tree that comes up, or if I hit high weeds or something, and I just walk back and pull it out, and
Yeah, you're
or-
way too calm on the
yeah.
water.
So I mean, what problems you got out there for real? You got none. You know, you catch that tree and you go back and you take it out, and
And I will say that, like, just to feed off that, like, I feel that way too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get mad. Like, even when I miss a fish, yeah, I might get frustrated just because it's like, I'm trying and I'm doing everything right except the most important part in my mind. Like, I'm not getting that fish. Well, if I get a snag or if I get in the tree, like, I'll just stop and I'll look. Like, I remember last year when we went it was right in the beginning of winter. And you put me in a good spot, and I just caught a fish, and I knew there were more in there because I could see, like, them feeding. And I hit a tree, like a log behind them, and I got stuck. And I'm like, okay. So I just waited like 30 seconds, and I'm like, I can get that out of there. And I just kept messing around with it, never panicked, never got mad. Sure enough, got it out, and like it's different.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I just don't know how I can answer like the most challenging.
So what if
it's just-
what if I said so don't think of challenging as frustrating. Think of it as something that you, I don't want to say struggle with, but want to learn.
you
Okay.
get better at it, yeah.
I'd say the days that the fish are rising around you and you throw everything you got at them and they're just not hitting it. So the most challenging thing would be
Fly selection to
learn the
select
fly
the fish.
selection,
Yeah.
fly selection, and throw what. Better to look on what the water, because my eyesight's not as good, so it's hard to see. Like you see, like the little tiny bugs on there, or the shucks, or whatever. Like, oh, they're little white bugs.
Sure.
so I
He's
can't-
messing with you most of the time.
I believe
You
that.
start
'cause I
taking
look and
beer
look
out
and
of
look.
my pack. He's
Yeah.
hammered. There ain't
Yeah.
no bugs here.
Yeah. So, I guess the
Somebody
most
get your
challenging thing
teeth.
is believing him. I don't know.
We laugh because that's actually probably pretty true. 'cause
Yeah, that may not be that far off.
we mess with each other enough out there that
They're eating monarch butterflies.
yeah.
That is not a stonefly. But yeah, I'd say that right there.
Okay. So
And it's all fun.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say for you, like I'm actually very curious. What is
Yeah.
the challenging part for you?
So-
I mean, I know what you love about it, but
Yeah.
you never really.
strangely, the challenge is what I love about it. Probably what I find most challenging, I would have to say, is trying to catch fish all year round
Yeah.
because those variables are just immense. And trying to identify all those and then reduce and control them, that's what I find most challenging.
Yeah.
I'll take that challenging as a positive as opposed to a negative, that it's forcing me to become a much more well-rounded angler, developing skills that I didn't even know I needed or existed. Some of them may not exist and they may not be exactly skills, but
But they work.
maybe they work.
We don't see him frustrated because he's always got that creepy smile while we're out
I
there.
know.
Yeah, yeah,
That's his frustrating face.
yeah.
You want to see the face of frustration.
I think part of that is access sometimes. And access doesn't just mean access to the water, but access can be time throughout the day to get to the water or to gain that access to go fly fishing. That can sometimes really be a challenge.
Yeah, because life always catches you. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like last year, we did January, February.
Yep.
We caught fish because I was trying to do it with you to catch fish every month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you did. You end up doing it or not? I know I didn't. I know
No, because I didn't make it out in July.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I missed March, and then I had April, May, June, July, and I think I missed August, and then I at that point I was pretty much done.
Yeah.
I haven't
Maybe
been fishing since. So
maybe we'll
Or,
be able to do that.
no, I did in August, because that's when I came up camping. I mean, my son.
Oh,
caught
yeah,
that
yeah.
fish,
Oh
but
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
yeah,
counted.
yeah.
I was with him.
Yeah.
So,
That's actually a fantastic.
But, yeah, like that's still.
And you did catch a fish there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Brian got mad at me. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't angry.
You were a little mad.
He was
You
frustrated.
shouldn't have eaten it.
Yeah, he was challenged by it.
That's actually a pretty good segue. So, what are your fishing seasons and what's your off season?
Pete, go ahead. I don't.
All right. Typically, in April and May, I'm on the stream 90% of the time. Even in some of June, if the water dictates.
Mhm.
But I don't fish a whole lot like in the hot months. And then
Would you primarily target one particular fishery, right?
yeah, trout. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean like
Oh, one
Area.
area? Yeah.
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 That kind of limits.
I do. It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got other things to do, and I'm only allowed, not allowed, but
He said it
So
here.
it's okay.
Just in case you're listening, he did say it.
I'm very lucky. But April and May, I really much live for that. And then, of course, fall, when fall comes around. Now, this year, we're in a drought a little more.
Yeah.
Like
Broke
normally,
a little bit the other day, but
Yeah, but
at
normally,
this point
like,
we'll take a heavy dew with the water levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get back into it like around September is when I start back. So all the spring, maybe somewhere into June, and then I take the hot months off. Even though, like, if I fish for bass, then I could go out there and do that. But I'm just doing other things then. So
I mean, last week? We kind of just 2 weeks ago. We kind
Yeah.
of discovered apparently October is a fantastic bass month.
yeah. This October.
Yeah. What about you, John?
Yeah, I don't really have a season. I guess my season is dictated off of you, to be honest. Like, hey, you wanna go-
Opportunity.
Yeah, it's like we were just talking beforehand about in the winter. I love that. Like
I do like it too.
I don't want to
It's
say
my-
I enjoyed it
it's
more
my favorite.
than the spring and everything, but I think I do. Like because it was almost not a blizzard, but like we had a pretty good snowfall while we were
Yeah.
on the water last time, and it was awesome, and it was surreal. Just quiet,
Yeah.
other than just might hear a branch or something come down just because of the
Yeah.
the snow. But
Especially if you're fishing during the snow. Like you get that like white noise from that
Yeah.
snowfall in the forest.
yeah, it was just it was fun. So I think that's probably my favorite now. Is that
Wow.
season? Yeah, I just loved it, and I was telling him like it's easier because in the winter there's not a lot going on. So like if we meet up at like 7 a.m. which we usually would,
Yeah.
we would meet wherever we were going fishing, and I could be home by 10:30, 11 o'clock roughly, depending what we did, and I didn't feel like I was giving up a day at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love that. Now as far as the rest of the year, spring for sure because we have our trip,
Yeah.
and then in the fall, of course, with our trip. But in the fall, I want to get into it more. But in the hot months, I really don't. We just did because little guy was, he wanted
Yeah.
to fish and we were there. So, yeah, I would say summer months, I don't really worry about it. I don't really think about it a lot.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at now. So like this year I kind of looked at July and August as my off season. And then it kind of extended into September just because of the weather we were having. So that's when I was retooling, restocking flies, that kind of stuff. But other than that, like my season starts, I would say like October, runs through June.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And probably as much time as I spend on the water, April and May in our region is just I mean, that's the prime time. But I think I actually might spend more time on the water through the winter in January and February.
Yeah, I know you hit it a lot more this.
Yeah.
Because there were a couple times I just didn't make it.
And
Nice.
it's not necessarily...
Pete, you can come sit in a truck and watch us.
I would. I will. I'll do that.
The trick
I'm okay
is...
with winter. Yeah, I can do
the
that.
trick
I could
is
just, I could just
knowing...
hear the window go down. Zzz, you missed one, John. Zzz,
Yeah.
goes back up.
Right, so the trick
Hey, you
with
didn't
that...
land that one, John.
The trick with that and extending your seasons is knowing your water types and the waterways in your area. Like the spring-fed streams are just they're consistent all year round. They don't freeze in the wintertime. They stay cool in the summer. The freestones don't. They have they either ice up or they get too hot, and it's not ethical to fish for them at that point.
Yeah.
Trust me, Ryan will tell you.
Yeah, changing things so that you can go out and kind of find that challenge. Maybe that challenge for some people is, where do I fish?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the challenge, isn't it? Is knowing where to locate them.
I think, like, this might be way off topic, but like, with a challenge for somebody, because I'm the newest out of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And and it's still a challenge to an extent, is knowing what to take out there with you. Like, I think that was
Yeah.
frustrating in the beginning because it was like,
I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, how many packs do I have that I was like, well, maybe let me try this one. Let me try it. So it is hard to do.
I have a
because,
sportsman's trunk full.
yeah, which is true though, because like until you
Yes.
kind of figure that out, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it was frustrating at first, and it was just like, okay, I like the sling pack. It worked perfect for this, and the next time I go out, I'm like, man, this thing's a pain in the butt. I need
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
And now I finally have that. I just love that chest pack. Love it.
Yeah.
It does everything. It carries everything I need.
Yep.
Because I don't need to I was always over geared. I mean, the backpack.
Oh, that's a common beginner thing.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things too. Is like when you're first starting, if you can find somebody that can get you away from that and be like,
Yeah.
here, just start with this and don't buy anything else. The tippet bar, perfect. You need it. Do you need all those sizes? Maybe not to start because you're not sure what to use.
Right.
And let's face it, like if you're just starting, are you really going to worry about?
You're probably not
4X
sure
or
how to.
3X? Like, is that going to make?
You're
a
probably not
difference
sure
in
how to
what you're doing?
size it at that point.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, so
Yeah.
that was always hard. And I remember I'd always just ask. And I used to think to myself, why do I have all this? Like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
I use like the same couple of flies to start. I mean, I've gotten better now, but I mean, you guys
Sure.
know what the best fly in the entire world is because I use it every time and you guys laugh. Let me guess what you have on, John.
Mop fly.
Yeah. If there's like a mop fly team out there, sign me up. I love those things.
I mean,
But
they,
you know what
they
I
have their
mean.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like for just starting out, that's a huge challenge to people. And I think that
Yeah.
would be the thing. Like, ask people that do it and have them set you up.
That's
Yeah.
the other thing, right? I kind of left it out in the intro. Gatekeeping in fly fishing.
Yeah.
Nobody owns a sport. It belongs to everyone. Like it's all.
Are you sure? I've heard a couple older
I'm
guys at the
positive.
water say.
Yeah, yeah. And you also don't own public water. The days of gatekeeping seem to be going away a little bit. I really hope that continues to be the case, but you still run into it. It always makes me kind of sad when I see like somebody that's just starting out and, you know, there's somebody else that's near them on the stream or walking by them and they ignore them and you can tell they're looking down at them. It's like, you
Yeah.
started somewhere too.
I've gotten that
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, why
I've-
you,
and I'll
why
say,
wouldn't
too-
you help them with their experience? Yeah.
It's funny because I'm sure you've seen it. Like you'll see those people, and you can tell like that guy's just starting out,
Yeah.
and he's figuring it out because all of his stuff is real name brand,
Yes. Yeah.
and it's like, oh man, I had good people to get me into it, and like don't buy that because it's $400 when this is $100 and it's gonna do like my waders. I started with I'm not gonna say cheap because I still have them. I still use them from time
And they
to
work.
time.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
still work.
Yeah.
And I think $40-$50.
Yeah.
And then you see
Yeah.
those people that go out and buy $600 waders to
Yeah.
start, and then
There's a time and place for some of that.
100% there is, but like until you
Yeah.
figure it out, like that's what I like.
That's where you get into companies
Tell
that.
people that, like,
Yeah.
Yes.
you know,
Well, that's where you get into the companies that are expensive just because of the brand, and then there's
say it.
No.
Nope. I'm not gonna say it. Don't
And then
do
there's
it.
companies.
Where's the jar?
And then there's companies that are they're producing something at a high cost, but it's because it is
High quality.
extremely high quality.
And that's
not
like that
gonna
pack I
mention
have now.
brands
Yeah.
here so much, just because potentials for sponsorships, and just because it's not necessarily what the podcast is for. Maybe when we get into our
Not this
into
one
the,
anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and get into the gear series stuff
Mm-hmm.
on our channel. We'll talk more about brands there, but value. I mean, everybody wants value for their dollar, and it depends on how much you're getting out there as to what you need.
I mean, listen, for the longest time, I mean, I had $100 outfit years ago, When people say, "Oh man, you need this," all the name brands is like, listen, I can catch just as many fish as you can with this rod than as you can with that, $1,000 rod. And you can, but I mean that didn't stop me from later on,
Sure.
when extra rods, purchasing those rods. I don't put a lot of stock in that. That's what you need.
Yeah.
You can cast a fly rod that's a lot cheaper and not even their casting abilities of the less expensive rods.
There are situations where I want that kit rod.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I want for that situation.
Yeah.
Well,
And I know, like, that's one thing, too, that was always good with you guys is getting into it. And, hey, I would send him links. And, like, hey, what about this? And he would send back, why? and it was a legitimate. I didn't take it as anything more than a legitimate
Give me your
question.
reason.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want that $600 rod when you're still using a kit rod that works?
Right.
Yeah.
And then my answer would usually be, like, well, it says this, or, I think it'll help me with that. Well, how much are you going to get out there? And it was like I never took it in a bad way.
Right.
It probably saved me a lot of money.
That's the question that's driven me with everything with fly fishing is why. Oh, the trout ate that. Why?
Yeah.
There was a trout sitting there. Why?
Yeah.
And then I want to know why. And then moves on to the how. All right. So how do I drift in there?
We call that a dweeb.
It's going down the hole, going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
There's too many questions.
Which
I need
there is
answers.
plenty of room down here if anybody wants to come down.
One answer creates a deeper hole.
Yeah.
Because it creates more questions.
Yeah.
But that's what we do. That's what we're here for. That's
And then when you're going down the hole, sometimes you encounter a why. I think you don't know which way to go.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Hopefully, our rabbit holes help everybody else out there that's listening to this.
Yeah.
Now
listen, it's not just about us helping you guys. Looking forward to hearing from listeners and subscribers out there and getting some of their experiences and sharing knowledge. Yeah. It's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
It's a community.
And again, I'll say it because I feel like I'm the resident new guy. Ask questions. That was I asked so many questions. I remember going into a fly shop, I won't say where, and asking questions, and I did not they just looked down on. They were were dumb questions to the point where I walked out. I was like, okay, thanks, and just left.
That's the gatekeeping he's talking about.
Yeah, and it's
there.
better now because
like bullies.
The same store I've gone into now, and it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about it.
Sometimes you got to watch who's working.
Yeah. But it's just like ask. I will say ask. Don't just buy stuff to buy stuff. Don't just try stuff to on the water just to try it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for that, but people who know how to fly fish are your best resource, not a company to sell you something. It's somebody to tell you something. I think is better.
Well, the number one product that's going to improve your fly fishing is free.
Yeah.
It just costs time. It's knowledge.
Yeah. Even just practicing, like casting in the yard.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, how much did that cost me?
Yeah.
One fly because I broke the hook off.
Yeah.
Just so makes a huge difference.
It's very key. Yeah. That practice will help you out a lot. Absolutely. And it has.
Which you'll notice here in a week and a half. I've not been practicing. Well, I will this week. I maybe.
We talked about this, John.
John's not casting near the drone.
That's actually, yeah. It's a nice startup company. How much money you got? Wham!
But, well, I guess now's probably a good time to take a little bit of break, and we'll get back into it in a minute.
Outfitters. If you're the kind of angler who's committed to the craft, the 4 a.m. alarms, the late nights at the Vice, the long walks past the pullout in search of wild fish, then you need to check out Fish Wild Apparel. Their collections are built for anglers who live this lifestyle on and off the water. Bold, clean designs for those who chase the hard stuff. Hit the link in the show notes or use promo code Broken Water Outfitters for 20% off your first order. For the dedicated, for the obsessed, for those who seek wild waters, check out Fish Wild Apparel.
So we're back from the break.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Magic trick. Drinks are refilled. Heads are still full, though.
Hopefully.
I don't know what.
Well, after Pete's glass over there, we might not want to know what's in that head.
Let's talk about what do you think the most essential skill for an angler is? So if you were to...
Pete's defeated.
Why are these hard questions?
If you were to build an angler from nothing, never held a rod before, what's the first thing that you think would set them on the right path?
She'd be a brunette.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what are we building?
Yeah. I mean, you have to get the fly over the fish. So casting is definitely an essential skill.
It is. I think that casting is probably 2 or 3
Okay.
because you can catch a fish on a bad cast,
Yes, you can.
but you have to know where my mind is always, you have to know where the fish are at. So for me, it's reading the water.
Okay.
So before you would ever cast a line, if I was building an angler from nothing, let's say, the video game skill tree, where would you put your credits first?
Yeah.
To me, I would put reading water. I would put that number 1 in my book.
Well,
That doesn't mean that it's the correct answer.
Yeah, and the reason I kind of rolled my eyes at this question is because, I mean, is there really an essential skill that is the most important? I don't know. I think, you can be a mediocre caster.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a mediocre reader of the water and
still produce.
not tired. Yeah, if you know just a little bit about any skill you need out there, which one is more essential? I don't know. I mean, you can make a bad cast and not put it where you think the fish are, and all of a sudden there's just a rogue fish out there and catch a fish.
The village idiot.
Yeah.
That's usually what I catch.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's who we're looking for.
I did notice every time I catch one, Pete yells, "There's always one."
Yeah. But, so I had a hard time with that question too, like the most essential skill. Listen, casting is important though.
It is.
Whenever anybody new, the first thing that I try to get to is, okay, let's try to cast here.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had to learn that before they learned anything else about the flies or the hatches or knots, or you know what I mean, or tippets, and I don't know. I'm gonna stick to my guns and I'm gonna say casting.
Yeah, I think it's a good, because you guys actually, especially you, Pete, you actually teach to an extent when you do your projects up there.
Yeah.
So
I try to.
what is the first thing though that you try to get them to get better at, or to figure out how to do for those that are first timers?
I really think that the number one main topic is, okay, I know I'm beside somebody and I know where the fish are because I'm mediocre at reading the water, or maybe just above mediocre.
I would say you're above mediocre.
Just barely.
Debatable.
Now they have to. I'm standing beside somebody and say, okay, I know there's fish there, but whether they slap the water wrong or they can't reach to fly to that spot.
Yeah.
Again, that's casting. Like the number one thing is, okay, try not bending your wrist so much, it's all casting.
I'll contend that they're borrowing your reading the water skills.
Yes.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say this. So my view of it is, if you're on the water already, it's probably too late to learn to read the water.
That's fair. Yeah.
You should already have an idea.
Yeah.
And I think
as to
what
where
you're
fish
saying,
hold and the
I think what you're
patterns are.
saying
Once you're
there
on the water,
is-
you should know how to cast.
Yeah, but what you're saying there, like for people, like for me, like I can remember you telling me, when you get there, don't go right in and fish. Look at the
Right.
water.
Yes.
And it's actually really enjoyable.
Yeah.
I remember last year, I sat up on that bank and I watched the water for 10, 15 minutes.
Yep.
Perfect.
And
You almost always have better success when
Yes.
you do that.
and I actually wasn't
Take it
fishing in
in.
the hole. I was telling you, I was like, hey, there's a rift coming down through here.
Yeah.
I can see 2 fish, but I think there's a bigger one underneath.
Yep.
And you didn't land that big one, but I mean, you had it on, I remember. And I don't remember why it didn't get landed, but that was so much fun.
Yeah.
And that was a combination of
When you put
reading
it,
the water, and his cast was, you have to have the right cast, but
maybe when you put it that way, maybe the most important skill is either patience or observation.
so my answer is going to be patience.
Yeah.
Because that's hard for me. I don't have patience in normal, in everyday life. I just don't have
and
it.
without patience, you're not going to cast well, and you're not going to read the water.
And that's me to a T. Like I said, I practicing. It's not like it's hard to go out in the yard. It's enjoyable to go out in the yard and throw, and then I throw a 5-gallon bucket out is what I'd practiced
Yep,
with.
you need a target.
And I would try to get it, and if I was within a foot or 2, I was really happy.
Yeah.
And then I would back it up, and then if it got windy, I would try to change my angle.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it's stuff that I've heard you guys talk about and other podcasts. I've listened to podcasts, watch videos.
Yeah.
But the patience things, it's
You've
the
done
most
that?
challenging.
Wait a
I
minute,
know it
gotta
doesn't
back
show.
up.
I know it
Wait,
doesn't
I got to back.
show,
You've
but-
done that?
What's that?
Like everything you said about casting into a bucket?
I have. Yeah. You just can't see it when I'm on the water.
my heart is full of pride.
Yeah. He
I don't
in the
know that
spring
he's
here.
fished. Well, no, I guess it would have been before our trip.
Yeah. He He's like, you got to get out and practice. I think he told
Yeah.
me that every day.
Yeah. I said
So I did.
string up.
Oh, he was telling me you were doing it.
Yeah,
String
I
up a
remember.
rod
So I-
and leave it
Yeah.
sitting in the garage by
And
the
that's
door.
what I did. I
So
had
you
a
got
rod.
5 minutes. You got 5
That's exactly
minutes.
what I did.
Yeah.
I'd go out, and my son loved it. Like, he'd come out, and then he would, like, chase it as I was casting it.
Very nice.
And
then
that's
he-
when we had to get rid of the hook.
Yeah. And then I realized, no, that was the first thing I did was break the hook off. But
Pull it out of his ear first. I don't know.
Yeah. But that's my, like, just the patience of all of it.
You know that I'm gonna key in here a little bit, and I can see. Like, I know people. I'm gonna agree with you because I know people that have no patience. There is no way they right now that they could fly fish. Patience really is, just calmness and patience because you have to figure stuff out.
Yes.
You can't jump to a conclusion. And like people with no patience, they just get frustrated when something doesn't go their way.
When that first cast
So-
doesn't land that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
Oh, this is
16-inch
stupid.
rainbow,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, this is dumb.
Yeah.
This isn't
Well,
I
And part of the
contend
problem too, I will say, and we've talked about this quite a bit. Every video you watch, that's all they do is land monster fish. That's not how it works. Like,
No.
get that
No.
out of your head. Like when you
Yeah.
go
Yes.
out there, like
Yeah.
they're showing you days worth of work in
Yeah.
a 30-minute video.
Yeah, that's Tom Rosenbauer at a private ranch. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
although our videos,
There was, at this point
we
we've got
produced a
one.
lot of fish.
We've got the one.
But again,
I guess
you
it
guys
would be
are
the
seasoned-
PA Wilds float trip. their
Yes.
float tripping
Oh.
adventure video. We did really, really well that way, and we caught. Was it day 1 or day 2? It was day 1.
Every
the
day-
quality of fish
Yeah.
that we caught was
15 plus, I think.
was
14
impressive.
plus
You guys did well.
on the small side. Yeah, 14.
Yeah. There's a rainbow. I'm pretty sure he swallowed a football during a flood or something. It's a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
His head was too small for his body. He looked like Arnold.
Yeah. But anyway, I didn't mean to. I digressed off the
No,
subject
but
here.
that's like It's funny because when we talked about this, I was like, well, challenging. I mean, or not challenging, but like the biggest skill I've picked up, and it comes back to what we talked about earlier. It's just so relaxing. I still talk about it. I love just sitting there, and that's not me. Like if you guys know me well enough, I am not a patient person.
No.
There's a reason I
No.
get up and ghost you guys at 3 a.m. when we're camping, and you're like, John's gonna head home tomorrow, and I'm gone by the time you wake up.
He
It's
hates
I want to
breakfast.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
It's just like I'm always like I got to get this done and get that done. But like when it comes to that, it's enjoyable,
Yeah.
and it's the biggest thing to pick up. Like I still do it
Quiet your mind.
when I go out there to fish.
But
I'll sit there and I'll just watch the water. I'm not good at reading it. Like I'm not. I know what to look for
get there.
now. I still just stand there and do it, and I think you just pick up on that too. Like
I think that is it's quicker to learn to read the water than it is casting skills. I think, and that brings me to a question.
I would agree
So,
with that. Yeah.
let's say you do know how to read the water, but you don't know how to cast that well. Then what's the most important skill?
Mending. Right? So how do you fix a
You got an
bad
answer for everything.
how do you fix a bad cast?
Mend.
You mend it. You add or take away line is how you fix a bad cast, or because
True.
you might be a good caster and something went wrong, or just to extend your drift or to reduce slack. Like,
And again, that just goes
yeah.
to the like. There's a way to fix it. Like you don't have to get frustrated. You don't have to get freaked out or mad. Like flip your rod over or
It took me a
pull
long
it to
time.
where you want it, and then, it's
It
just
took me a long time to
Yeah.
understand that how valuable mending was. For a long time, I was just, that's a bad cast, bad drift. I'd pick up my entire line and cast again. And now I'm frequently I'm mending to fix it, or now I'm doing crazy things where I'm like, ooh, there is a giant whirlpool behind that boulder, and I want to hit both sides of it. So I'll cast out there, and I'm like, all right, well, how do I get the drift there? So I got to mend this way, but then I need to put a coil that way, and then trying to get that drag-free drift through that.
That's
those complex
patience.
currents.
You're describing
Yeah.
patience.
I think you once, and again, I think fly fishing gives you the patience.
It does.
I mean, you can fight it,
does.
and I did
If
fight
you let it.
I fought it in the beginning,
Yeah.
and I think once you get to the point where you just enjoy it, you have to relax. You have to.
Yeah.
But I think it's easier when you're out there doing it to relax.
Listen, fly fishing isn't easy.
No, not at all.
Doesn't have to be incredibly difficult, though.
No.
But just
There
following
is-
some of those basic principles, and
Yeah.
it obviously a little bit of success in the beginning is going to help anybody continue.
Yeah, and not every cast is going to produce a fish.
No.
Like it's not. That's just the way. I learned that real quick, but
Yeah.
it's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
And again, I was saying about not landing fish. That comes back to the patience part. Like I don't give up. Like I could have quit this a long time ago, just because it is intimidating fishing with people
Absolutely.
that are very good in landing fish all
Yeah.
the time.
Absolutely.
And there are days that we would walk out of the water, and I'd be like, "Dang, like I caught 2 fish today, and like Pete caught 30, and I think Ryan had 30." And at first it bothered me because it's like, what am I doing wrong? Like this isn't. But then I was like, who cares? Like I got 2 fish. I was thrilled. Like
In the future, I will strive to catch less fish,
Well,
so you don't feel bad.
don't be mad when I'm behind you cutting your line when you're casting. So.
I won't be mad.
Ryan, his line keeps snapping. I'm back
weird.
there. But no,
wonder I don't
seriously,
like
That line had a warranty.
but it is like it's just even just something as silly as falling in the water.
Yeah.
Remember when I fell in the spring? And I remember Ryan, what are you doing?
Well, Ryan should know.
Yeah, well, the best
I
part
went on a
is
streak 2 years ago where
So-
I fell in like
every
three
time,
out
every
of
time.
5
Let's just be
trips.
honest.
2 days
I
in a
fell
row.
in the water, and like you think that you'd just be mad about it, and I mean I was
Yeah.
soaked. I mean I went in hard, and I get up and I'm just like, okay, where's my drink? I'm okay, you know, my bearings are straight. Ryan turns around, what are you doing? I said I fell in.
He
Why?
missed it.
He turned
Why?
Why?
Got to know the why.
And I laughed, and I was like, well, it wasn't intentional. And he goes, well, watch what you're doing. And I just
Pay
like,
attention, would you?
I just was laughing because he, again, like when I forgot my boots that day, like he never missed a beat. Just,
Yeah. You know,
but again, not frustrated. Like he just, it's
Yeah.
so different. It's hard to explain. It really is.
But there's a big difference too, right? So casual anglers gonna go home when they get wet.
Yeah,
But
I couldn't because you wouldn't.
you
let
might
me.
consider yourself more of a beginner, but you're not
Yeah.
going home.
Well, you wouldn't let me. So.
Yeah, well, that's true.
But even like you falling, like we go back. Like,
Yeah.
I remember one time I caught a fish and I was so excited that I know why you came over because you knew I was going to lose it because I was like, oh man.
It's actually a decent bass,
was
if I remember right.
It was a
Yeah.
pretty good fish, and I was like all excited. Ryan comes over, and he's
I got a picture first.
yeah, and no, you fell on the way to me, and never like, and then you got back
no,
up,
I did. Yeah.
and he's coming over, and he falls in and pops up. I'm okay. And he just keeps,
It was,
like,
it was high water, and there was a stump.
keeps trucking along,
oh yeah.
and
I've
all
been
he
there.
cared about was that fish.
Yeah.
And he did. He netted it for me, and you know, I posed like it was the biggest fish in the world.
That fish might get away, but I'll dry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun. That was
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. That was just funny.
Yeah.
You're just like down and up.
I think it was the next week after that when I went face first into a riffle.
Oh,
And it was
when we
like,
were fishing.
It was like the first 30 minutes of the day.
Yeah.
I went over to the bank.
Oh, it was cold that day,
Oh, it
too.
was so cold.
It was
I was
cold.
very awake.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Went
You went
over,
from being lethargic to, hey!
went over, troweled down, wrung out all my clothes, and
He
we
did.
fished for another 8 or 10 hours. and,
I salute you for that. Yeah, that was
and that's
pretty
why you
amazing.
don't wear cotton.
Yeah. But another quick story about falling in, like even other fishermen, like
Yeah.
fly fishermen, they're so forgiving. Like, you know, they're not gonna, you know, like, you know, it's embarrassing if you fall in. They're not gonna laugh. Like I was
Yeah.
at a section of stream, and there were 3 fishermen above me and 1 fisherman below me, and I was walking kind of sideways and backwards, casting at the same time, and there was a big rock that. And you think, like, you just lift your foot, but the rock was too big. So I couldn't get my foot up fast enough, and I fell backwards and got water down to in my waders.
Uh-huh.
And my whole left shoulder was just full of, I mean, just soaking wet. And I'm laughing. You know, it's funny. Like I said, I'm not frustrated. I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, man, what a dummy. And I get up. You know how you get up real fast?
Yeah.
All of a sudden
You
look-
move quickly.
and you,
when that
yeah,
happens.
you do, because the water's cold. And I looked down, and I looked up. And I know those fishermen heard the splash because it was loud. But you know what? Their faces were forward, and I kept looking, and they never looked down and laughed. And you know, because I was going to wave to them and say I'm okay or something.
The other thing they didn't look down to do is see if you needed help.
Yeah.
Well,
If you
I think,
pop up
but
quick
they
enough,
knew.
yeah.
Were you
I
in the
think
best hole? Is that why?
Their peripheral, their peripheral vision. No, what the whole point of the story is, I think they didn't want me to feel more embarrassed
Sure.
than I was, and I really appreciated that because I'm laughing my ass off at myself, and they could have looked down and said, "Hey, nice catch," or "Hey, aha," and I'd have been just fine with it. But no,
Yeah.
these guys were so honorable that they just kept looking forward like it never happened.
Like Ryan said, they're probably like, good.
Finally.
Yeah.
Should get him out of there.
Is that Pete? Good.
Yeah. So
Hey guys, we got him.
It's also running
Walks.
into rocks
walks.
is definitely hard on your waders. I again, the same year that I was falling in frequently. It was the night that we encountered the very loud noise right at dark that we hope was a beaver.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was a beaver.
I was backing up and ran into a giant rock so hard that I had like a good abrasion on my leg, but never ripped my waders. I'm still trying to figure out how that happened.
God, I would love to name that waiter, but I'm not. I can't.
Not yet.
I know what
Not yet.
waiters they are, and they're one of my favorite waiters.
Yes.
Yeah, I can tell you this: it doesn't begin.
It does not begin with
Does not begin.
With a
rhymes with.
Yeah, I remember that.
I will say knot tying is gotta be one of the essential skills. It's not difficult. People are often intimidated by knot tying, but it's really not that difficult. A little bit of practice. I've had some old spools of tippet or line and sat around in the wintertime just practicing those knots. Found out I was tying a clinch knot wrong my entire life.
Huh.
And then all of a sudden, I don't think I've had a clinch knot fail since.
Yeah, and there's so many like easy resources for knot
Yeah.
tying. Like
Yeah.
I had that app. I don't remember
Yeah.
what the
Yes.
name of it was. I think I still have it.
Knots. It's called knots.
Yeah.
That's not right. And but it was like you'd hit play and it would go through the entire
Yeah.
like slow
Little
motion. You
animation.
could speed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used that for quite a while.
Yeah,
And
which
I mean
we-
now I'm pretty confident. Now when I two line like my leader like that stuff I need help.
It's a little more complex, so they're not
Yeah.
knots
Pete!
that unless
Yeah, usually like Pete, Ryan.
unless you're building your own leaders or things like that, you're probably not tying those knots a lot. So
No.
it's- yeah.
Yeah, I mean I use them
Yeah.
once or twice, maybe
Yeah.
a day while we're out, but probably not even that much.
Yeah.
Well, I found that, one year I might be very proficient in tying a knot, and then when the next year comes around, all of a sudden, it's like I didn't tie it all last year at all. I don't know. Does that happen? It's just me? Oh, it
Yeah.
must be just me.
It might just be
it's like a learned thing because I'm sure then once you do it once or twice, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
and you're right back into
and
it.
strangely, it's
Yeah.
probably just something small
Yeah.
that you've
Well,
forgotten.
let me ask this though too: Are you
Yeah.
wearing your cheaters?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, could be.
Hey,
What?
cheater family, I got
Yeah.
a pair. I love them.
God bless your soul.
I love them.
You
I'm,
need 'em.
I'm probably about
It's
to.
just so much nicer.
No,
it
much
really
nicer.
is. Yeah.
It relaxes your eyes too.
Well, yeah, they're better for you. We should get like a company that makes them to sponsor.
See,
Like,
it all,
fan.
Big fan.
it all follows into the patient's
It
category.
does. Yeah. I mean, but again, there's little things that like because that was another frustrating thing. Like,
Yeah,
you
no.
know, just
Yeah.
Nope.
and again, it's age.
nope.
I know that,
Yeah.
but like, it's not like we're that old. So but it just speeds up the process.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not sitting there fighting with it. If it's middle of winter and it's freezing cold,
Yep.
I can see it. I unsnap them. I put them right back down. Like it's just
Yeah.
a cheap
Oh,
solution.
I think people are going to know what
Yeah,
they
hey,
are.
that's fine. Good. I hope they do. I love them.
I like the
okay.
fold down ones on the end of my hat. I
Yeah.
like them. 'cause
Oh,
they're-
okay.
they're
I looked
easy.
at those, but I
Yeah.
was like, winter, like when I have a beanie and
I
stuff
think I'm
on,
probably
Yeah.
going to get a pair like you have here.
I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know.
And I
find
can honestly,
myself
with my
fishing some
sunglasses
very small
on,
flies at
I can
times.
just,
Yeah.
even with my sunglasses, I can just pinch them down, and then I can still see it. I don't take them off. I won't say the brand.
Don't say not.
Just
I
wear
mean,
them next episode.
What's that guy wearing over there?
we're gonna name name brands here
It'll be coming.
one of these days.
Yeah, it'll be coming.
We'll just name them all.
Yeah. When you're ta-
It's gonna be a podcast. We're gonna name everything.
Even if they don't fit what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
and you're gonna know how we feel about it just by the way we name it.
Yeah.
you will very much know how we feel about a few brands out there. I can guarantee that. But yeah, talking about like the knots. You're right. There's so many videos and stuff. Which I've bounced back and forth whether or not to do a knot series. But honestly, I might just
I'd say right
there's
now.
so many good videos. There's so
Exactly.
many good animations that just talking about what knots you use, we'll probably put some content
I don't know
out.
if we're allowed, but like,
Yeah.
talk about the app that I used. I don't remember what the name
Yeah.
of it, but that's
Yeah.
like even put the link out and stuff because again, it's so nice. Like I remember, I
Yeah.
honestly did.
If
One
you
time
check
sitting
our
on the
channel-
bank, I pulled
Yeah.
the knot up on my phone while I was sitting on the bank, and I
Oh.
tied based off that. That was 2-3 years ago now, but I did. I mean, it was just easy. And
If you check the Broken Water Outfitters YouTube channel, there's a playlist for knots already. There's
Oh.
people have
Oh,
already
yeah.
done fantastic
that's
videos,
just it.
and
Why-
they're the knots that I use. And-
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I mean, so let's get into the other thing: is how can anglers develop those skills, and what's your go-to method to gain knowledge? We're already touching on it a little bit there, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
apps, YouTube videos. You mentioned podcasts, books,
Friends.
friends.
yeah, social network, just talking to
Yeah.
people. I don't mean social media, but like just
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
to people. We stop at the stores,
Yep.
and you talk to people and.
Yeah.
The fly shops in the area wherever you're fishing. I mean, those are the best, of course.
Yeah.
'Cause
There
they
is-
know the water. And usually 99% of the time, they're very friendly. They're not going to try
They
to
are.
upsell you on anything. Like
Spend
oh,
a little bit of money there, though.
yeah, oh yeah.
I mean,
100%.
whether you're
Like,
buying
if
a
you're-
couple flies or something.
And I
Yeah.
always do.
It's a
that.
service.
Like, we went up in the fall whenever we came up, and saw you guys. Like I didn't need anything.
A good fly
But-
shop's going to give
Yeah.
you a little bit of knowledge for free.
Yeah,
A good fly shop.
A good
Yeah.
fly shop,
Yeah.
which are getting harder and harder to find. There's just everything's online now, so the brick and mortar places are
Yeah.
It's tough.
They're getting
It's
they're
tough
getting
for them.
tougher.
I get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's difficult. But I mean, if I were to build a brick and mortar fly shop, the first thing losing the inventory, the first thing is I'm putting in a lounge with a coffee pot.
Yeah.
I want people to come there and hang out and share ideas and share
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
yeah. It's
Let me know when-
worth its weight in gold.
yeah. Let me know when Pete's not there. I'll stop in.
We'll have a live cam and a Pete tracker.
Like instead of a stream
Yeah.
gauge, we'll have a Pete gauge.
Just think how much more you'll learn without me there.
He's on his 4th cup of coffee, guys. And
Go-to methods for gaining knowledge, and what are your go-tos?
I think YouTube is really
Yeah.
a big knowledge. Like
It
if
had to
I'm
be a-
tying flies,
Yeah.
that's even like. you
Oh
can put
God,
on
yeah. If you're
YouTube,
tying flies.
tying flies at YouTube is great. And as far as even like casting, like every once in a while I watch like
Yeah.
some casting and they teach you stuff, and so yeah, I think YouTube is a big thing, which is why you should keep posting your stuff like on
Yeah, yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
people are looking for that
Yeah.
knowledge. They want to see that.
Hopefully, somebody sees one video and it sends them down a path that they catch
Yeah,
fish and get
exactly.
enjoyment out of it. And it's a free resource.
Yeah,
I can't imagine. So think about Joe Humphreys and everything that he's done in fly fishing and the success he had.
yeah,
YouTube didn't come around until he was in his 80s.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he had to struggle to gain all of that knowledge that we get in an afternoon.
Yeah.
It's impressive. Like
Yeah, we really
look-
do
when
have
you-
an advantage at this
Yeah.
point over previous generations. And just think about where the next generation of fly fishers are going to come from.
yeah. I mean, it's
If they can get out of their living room. Oops,
Well-
what'd I say?
Yeah.
but no, but that's
Sorry.
again that comes back to like you have to want to go do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like the patience of bidding out there and not having something in your hands, and just sitting there watching the water. I mean, you might cast and you're just drifting and not sitting there because that was another thing in the beginning, like fidgeting too much. And I remember you both
Yeah.
being like, "Hey, let it alone, let it present itself. Like it's presenting, don't mess with it."
Yeah.
And
Some people do have the opposite problem where they cast and then they go to sleep and they're not managing their slack or their line. And
Yeah.
they're like, huh, well, why is that not? Yeah.
yeah, oh, it's not working. Well, there's a reason.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
But
Be patient.
sometimes
And again, the knot
Yeah.
tying, like we were talking about the knot tying like in the videos.
Mm-hmm.
So what actually made me watch those videos and get that app was that time I went out with that bee.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
So I went fishing. Did I ever tell you that? I
No.
went fishing and
Matched the hatch with a bumblebee he did.
so he was telling me, no, listen. So he was telling me always,
I'm sorry.
whatever's around you, like bug activity, try to match the hatch. So I was down by the water and there were bees around, like just around me. And I'm like, I had 2 bumblebee poppers. And I'm like, I'm going to tie one on. So I tie it on and I'm going like this and I throw. And I'm like, boy, that got light. Here I launched it in the woods. So I'm like, well, I'm going to tie this other one on. If I don't catch anything, I'm going home. So I tie it on, and it hits the water, and I mean, this bass comes up and just crushes it.
Wow.
It was so awesome. I was so excited. I about dropped my phone in the water because I was trying to take a picture of it because, you have to do that for proof.
Have to.
Which, by the way, I think everybody's kind of past that, which is good. But that was a big problem of mine, too, is always trying to get a picture,
Pictures or it didn't
struggling.
happen.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, anyways, I'm trying to get my phone, and I did drop my phone, but I caught it before it went, and I put it back, and I'm like, just land the stinking thing. So I netted it, and I was so excited that I actually stopped fishing just to go get service to call him to tell him.
Wow.
This is true.
He goes, wait, you matched the hatch with a B. And I laughed. I'm like, yeah, Ryan, I did. He's just like, okay, John. Like, he let me have that moment. But it did work. I mean, I don't know why, but it did.
I mean, I'm speechless. I'm like, what?
I mean, you can't argue with the results. It
yeah,
produced
no.
fish.
I mean,
I mean, you did what you were told.
yeah.
You were obedient.
But again, it's just like, it's one of those things where you hear things and you try. And I did. Like you said, if there's bugs or activity on the water around you. And
So that's where like the whole intimidating aspect of fly fishing. Oh, I don't know. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this what having the guts to
Just
do
go
what
do
you
it.
think
Yeah.
you're supposed to do? Yeah.
And if I want to cut a fish, who
Or
cares?
just trying.
Like I wasn't
Yeah.
catching anyways.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Yep.
I did donate one to the woods.
Yeah.
That happens,
Which sometimes there's the cost to doing business.
Yeah.
And that's a good motivator for
But again,
becoming a better caster.
That goes back to
Yeah.
the knot tying. That's what I was like. I just need to get better at that. Like
Yeah.
that's silly that I'm not doing a good enough job on that. And that's an easy sit down, watch a video, grab a big fly to start.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I grabbed like the biggest one I had.
It's
I just
essentially,
practiced.
it's not quite free, but it's pretty close to free because you could just go buy a cheap spool of
And that's
fishing
what I
line.
I did. Like I still have
Yeah.
that spool because I don't use it for anything else. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty easy.
I'll say, I think books are often overlooked.
They are. Exactly.
Words are tough though.
They are. And I'll tell you there's some like essential readings out there, and at least in my book, there's some essential readings. Kelly Gallup's Modern Streamers for Trophy Trout, and not because of the streamer aspect, because I don't think I found a better resource about where fish hold and what they eat than that book. That was kind of a big game changer for me. Joe Humphrey's Trout Tactics, same thing.
Okay.
Like that essential.
My go-to book, and I reference it over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
It's only about this big. It's the Pennsylvania Hatches Pocket Guide
Yeah.
by Charles Meck and Weimer. I don't know, it's like $20. And it has pictures, because I can't read. No. But it does. It has pictures and actual blurbs about what this fly, what it looks like as a nymph, what it looks like as an emerger.
Yeah.
That is, to me, that book helped me out more than any. If I'm
Well, it
tying
really
a-
helps you with your fly selection if you have an idea about.
even if I'm
what's
tying a
active.
fly
Yeah.
to use,
Sure.
I will open that book up and look at the colors of those pictures
Mm-hmm.
and try to match that color if I'm mixing dubbing or something like that to make it a dry flyer. So I utilize that book a lot. So
Yeah, and I'd say in the past. So I guess another essential resource would be observation. Again, over the past couple of years, especially since we started tying, we've been taking pictures of bugs.
Yeah, we
making
have.
notes.
yes,
Paying attention to the conditions and what's going on there. Remember how intimidated we used to be by high water? Might as well not even fish.
Yeah.
The creek blew out. Now it's like, all right, well, we're going to catch a bunch of fish today because it's blowed up, because we know exactly where they're at and how to pick them up.
no more staying in the camper and drinking whiskey. Let's
No.
go fishing and catch fish.
And there's nobody else out. Like,
There's
that's
nobody else
yeah.
out, and I honestly think anymore, like high water might be the easiest condition to find fish in.
Yeah, I mean, when you say that, like, people are going to be like, "Oh, really?" Like, no, for real. Like,
Yeah.
when it's high and muddy, and we just learned how to catch fish in that stuff.
Yeah. 2 years ago, I remember I went out. The streams blew out. I went out. This was in like end of April, beginning of May.
double digits, probably in
Yeah.
the 20s. I don't necessarily count, and usually I underestimate.
Yeah.
Exactly what I would say too, right?
I catch
exactly.
One, I catch one. It counts as 4.
But so I
guys-
went out the day
math is
before.
terrible.
Did this the day before. I'm standing at the pro shop at the golf course, and all these old grinders are sitting in there waiting to go out for their tea time, and they're talking about how I really would have liked to have gone out fishing, but they're just not eating. The creeks blew out. There's no point to it. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
got 2 dozen fish yesterday.
Yeah.
Should I tell them?
No, tell them.
I feel like they're twice my age. They should have figured this out at this point. But
Yeah.
again, I mean, sometimes we talked about the challenges, right? So the conditions I viewed as as like one of the big challenges when I was in this. And I was like, I want to know how to catch fish in low water, blowed out water, any water. Like they're always eating. They don't stop eating. They
Right.
might take a pause for a
Right.
minute
Always eating.
due to a drastic change, but they're not going a day without eating.
Yeah. They have to. That's their life. They gotta feed.
Yeah.
That's it.
And my
And they're
brain is
always
way
feeding.
bigger than theirs. I should be able to outsmart them.
Yeah. You should be.
Should be, but not always.
Yeah. The high water fishing was a challenge at one time, but once you get out there and listen, it's all trial and error too, because you
It is.
you-
It's gaining the patience, gaining experience,
Yes.
trial and error.
Yeah. So for everybody out there, there's a way to fish high, muddy water, which maybe we'll talk about
Yeah, that'll be coming
fishing
up.
conditions and
Yeah.
how to fish them.
It's coming up.
And I think that's going to be a very good podcast for
might-
our listeners.
Not this one, but maybe the next one.
Okay.
I might take notes.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You can.
John, if you'd like a copy of the podcast outline and notes, $1.99, but it's $12 shipping and handling.
How much for a signed copy? I heard that was available.
Those are actually free.
Yeah, it's half price.
It's weird though. You have to glue all the pages back together. Stupid crosscut shredders. I mean, one of the things we didn't really talk about. I don't know if I haven't participated in one. I don't know if either of you have, but like guides and clinics. Frequently, I will see some people post some things about fly fishing clinics. They might even be like tactic specific. I know there's a shop in the
Casting,
area.
yeah.
That does like some casting ones. They'll do tying classes. They'll do a Euro nymphing class. They'll do all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
That's a tremendous resource. You're getting a 1-on-1 or maybe 1-on-12, depending on the setup.
Yes.
Experience. And you have somebody there who's observing you because guess what? You know what you can't do when you're casting? See yourself casting. So what you think you're doing with your rod may not be even close to what you're doing with your rod.
Yeah.
And something that doesn't get talked about a lot in fly fishing, record yourself. When you were saying about you were practicing, I said
Yeah.
to you about, hey, record yourself.
Yeah.
Because real isn't always feel.
Yeah.
And vice versa. We
And I
always
did.
tend to
I
be
sent you a couple
quick.
videos and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it helped. I mean,
Yeah.
it,
And I videotape myself from time to time because I'm like, oh, why'd that just happen?
One certain thing's happening in your cast, and you want to figure it out. And
Yeah.
matter of fact, you've helped me a couple
Mm-hmm.
of times with my casting. Like, why does it keep doing that?
Well-
and you tell me, and I stop doing that, and you'd be like, oh, that's it, I'm back. Yeah.
Well, those who can't do, teach.
Yeah, that's
Those
what I
who
heard.
can't teach Jim.
That's what I heard.
But
yeah, I've never done a guided or a clinic, but I've asked you. Like I'll probably do a guided fishing trip at some point, just
Yeah.
a day, just to see.
there is a
if I can pick up on anything.
fly
I mean,
shop.
I kind of feel like with you guys, I don't need it, and
Yeah,
that's
you
like
kind of
Yeah.
went on a couple guided trips with us. didn't you?
seriously.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
that's why I've told him that. Like I don't really feel like
that
why
makes
would I pay
Yeah.
somebody else
Yeah.
when I can go with you guys?
that makes
and
me
learn
For
stuff?
free.
extremely happy to hear for a couple of reasons. Because one, it means that we're not gatekeeping, right?
Yeah.
You're feeling included as opposed to excluded from
Yeah.
from the knowledge that we have, and you're willing to learn. Like,
I've told a couple of my buddies that like don't fly fish, and I'm trying to get them into it, and I'm like, hey, these guys will help. Like,
yeah.
you
But it's
don't-
intimidating.
the one guy doesn't have any gear, but he wants to get into it. I'm like, you don't need anything. Like,
No,
they have
we
all
got
the
it.
gear.
We got it.
Just all you got to do is show up.
Was it broken water outfitters?
Yeah. I was like,
yeah.
you'll be
gear.
good. I'm like, all you got to do is show up.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I said that these guys, and I said too, it'll be nice. I won't be the worst one out there, at least for an hour until they figure it out.
Until they catch up.
Yeah. No, but seriously, like
Can they paddle?
I do want to do a guided one at some point. I just think it would be
There might
interesting
be-
to go with somebody else that I'm not like super comfortable with,
Yeah.
just to see and to. I
So-
mean, I'm not going to say I
Just
will
to see
pick
if we're
up
full
things.
of.
There's some ideas out there on
Shit.
some things. There's some like we're in central Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
We're in trout country.
Yeah.
So everything here is very trout centric.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are fisheries that shut down for parts of the year that we actually have some fantastic smallmouth fisheries
Yeah.
that don't really get good exposure. So there might be the potential for something, maybe a film, a trip, both, maybe kind of shining some lights on those things that we pick up a guide and explore the fishery with them for species other than trout.
And I mean, I think smallmouth are way easier to catch than trout. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't. Maybe you guys might disagree, but
I don't disagree.
You don't have to set the hook.
well, and I
I caught a smallmouth who I got him to the net and the hook. He ate the streamer, but I never set the hook. He was biting it. He never let go.
You just won't let go of it.
Yeah.
but that's what I'm like. I think
I
it's,
couldn't believe it.
I think like to go out and to specifically target smallmouth is not a bad idea if you're just learning. Because of that, you have a much better chance of landing fish. It builds your confidence, and it's
They fight harder per inch than trout do all day
Oh,
long.
yeah.
Probably double.
yeah.
Yeah. Generally.
They fight hard.
Once in a while I've caught
And
a
they're fun.
sluggish one here or there that
Just gives up. Take me.
yeah.
But we got to teach you hand signals too, because when
Oh,
somebody goes,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean go past. I mean, come here.
Yeah. I was really curious. I was like, why is he waving me past? Whatever. Okay, I'll go down here and fish and not catch anything.
Oh yeah.
I think you're really gonna enjoy the float trips more once we get you on the water. Listen,
Yeah.
the raft it kicked my butt the first
Yeah.
time or two I
As-
was on
as
it.
the day went on, it
I
was
did
a lot.
almost flip one, and Pete doesn't know about it.
I don't believe it.
So, and it was Matt's boat, which
guy-
should be impossible to flip.
That's even. Yeah.
But it had
What?
Yeah.
I wasn't real confident with the oars yet, and it has very long oars.
Yes, it does.
So as I was going into like faster water or skinny water,
Yeah.
I was angling the oars forward and just using them like rudders to kind of steer my way through. Well, because they're so long, I ended up sideways at one point and almost jacked one of those oars into a rock.
Oh.
And it came up. I was like, but obviously didn't go past the center of gravity. And looked around to make sure nobody saw me.
I remember though, you guys giving me a bunch of crap because you all stopped
And you couldn't get there.
and I couldn't stop, and I went down around the bend, and I went right in front of that guy fishing, that older guy. And I went right in front of him, and I kept saying, "Sorry, man. I'm so sorry, man," as I'm going right in front of him. And I finally get into the bank, and I get out, and I'm like, "I'm so sorry." Like I was trying, and he's just laughing. He's like, "You're fine."
Listen, on that fishery, you're not putting the fish down when you go over them.
No,
in
they're
fact,
not.
I would rather have boaters go in front of me than
Than behind
try
me.
to manipulate and go behind
Yeah.
me. I'd rather have them stay in my
Well, the
field of vision.
Yeah.
Sometimes it forces you to rest the pool a little bit.
Yeah.
And those fish in that fishery aren't.
I've caught
They-
fish right
those-
behind a kayaker. I don't know
yes.
how many times.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree that because if they go, and I appreciate the gesture because
Yeah.
and people
Yep.
don't know. Like, and some
courtesy.
fishermen don't want him to go in front of them.
Yeah.
But
But that's where
I-
communications comes in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
talk,
just
talk to people
just
while
talk
you're
to
out there.
people.
I'll often say,
I'm not looking for
"Listen,
a conversation or
good,
new
just-
friends, but communicate
Right.
with me.
You just go ahead in front of me. It's fine. You're good." Because they'd be slowed down, try to get behind me. I'm like, I look back, and I'm like, it's shallow behind me. You know, just go in front of me. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I appreciate the gesture. You know, you're worried. You know, it's courtesy.
Yeah.
But I'd rather you just go in front of me. But all fishermen don't. They don't feel the same way if they're out there. As a matter of fact, I seen some hottie fly fishermen that think that creek is just for them, and nobody else should be on it. So yeah.
How dare you?
Refer to what I said earlier. Nope, nobody owns this.
Yeah. I mean, they belong there too, but they got. I mean, their courtesy counts too. I mean, the fly fishermen should be courtesy, show courtesy, and like I know one time.
We're still living as a society.
Yeah. So I remember I was fishing a hole, and kayakers come down And I'm like, okay, yep, go ahead. And he went down, and it was rifty there.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy had so much fun going through in the kayak. Instead of continuing on, he turned around and went back up and paddled back upstream and came down through it again while I'm trying to fish there. That was not cool.
Yes. Yeah.
So just be courteous. Courteous. That's it. Well, as you're going to run into that, and that's fine. Like I'm still like, okay. I just shrugged my shoulders, like, okay, whatever. He ain't going to be there forever. I'm standing there and he's floating. So, how many times can he go back around?
Ooh. That brings us to gambling on the water.
Gambling on the water. Yeah, I'll bet you $1 he won't do it again.
This rock says he won't.
The spoon says.
Daredevil number 2. Yeah.
Yeah, that is an inflated kayak.
Correction.
I'm kidding.
That was.
That was.
Yeah. Communicate with people while you're out there. Just standard, good, personal communications.
Just other
respect.
fishermen, too. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
how's your day going? Like, having any luck? You don't need to ask.
Don't, if I speak to you, don't ignore me.
I know. That's always my favorite. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, having a good day?
Yeah. We don't, like
And
I
you
said.
just get the nod. Like,
Yeah. We don't have to have a long conversation, and I'm not looking for new friends at this point in my life.
Yeah.
But
you have a
Right.
hard
just
enough time.
courtesy.
There's such a wide range of people that are on the creek, and you never know where at in the spectrum you're gonna hit it.
Yeah.
But most of them, I gotta say, are courteous and friendly. And I mean, I don't know how many times, like in my beginning days of fly fishing, you were with me.
Mm-hmm.
This was years ago, many years ago, and we're sitting there watching. We're just watching the water. Two fly fishermen out there. They're catching fish, and next thing you know, they're coming in, and they just strike up a conversation with us.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're handing us flies.
Yeah.
We don't
Then
know
we went
these
to the
people.
shop and bought more
Yeah,
of those patterns. I thought it was a magic fly. I tried fishing it all year round.
I mean, it worked for
Was it a
half the
monofly?
season.
It was not a moth
Well,
fly.
then it
was not a
magic
moth fly.
It was not a magic fly then.
So
It actually, listen, I contend that it is a magic fly because there's a period of the year there that thing just worked. I don't know if you can present it wrong.
right.
And talking about fly shops and good ones and bad ones, I went into one that tried to convince me that it was a fluke and that it wasn't worth my time to buy the materials to tie it.
I remember
I was
that.
like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Oh, we should mention that one.
Yeah.
No.
Not
We-
yet.
It will come up.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll slip. Yeah, because I think we all have the same feeling.
Yeah.
About that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are people that are willing to help you so much out there and friendly, and then a small percentage. Are
No,
just,
don't beg.
Well, that's everything.
Like if
Yeah.
you need some advice, don't beg, but
Yeah.
ask somebody.
Yeah.
Like don't say, "Hey, what are you using?" Say,
Yeah.
"How's it going?"
Hey, I've been trying
Yeah.
this.
Hey, I've been struggling with it. It looks like you know what you're doing. I've been struggling with this. Do you have any advice for me?
Yeah.
Like those kind of things.
But people are intimidated to do that because you
They
don't
are.
know,
don't know who
again,
you're talking
where
to.
at on the spectrum are they going to get? Because
yeah.
that small percentage makes it intimidating for the whole amount of people.
I will
that are
say
out there.
this: offering somebody a beer can go a long way sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless it's your last one. Don't be a fool.
This past year, I actually had that exact situation happen. But on our
A.
on our trip, two fellows came down. I was catching fish. Actually, you weren't there yet. I was catching fish just down from our campsite there, and these two guys came up the bank and saw I was doing pretty well, and they said, "Hey, we'll give you 2 beers if you tell us what you're doing." I said, "No beers necessary. Here's
Yeah.
what they're hitting."
And they still gave
So
you
we
a
could have
beer.
had 2 more beers.
Actually, no. I think a few nights later, we ended up at their campsite
we
giving them beers.
Yeah.
But he did
actually,
play a
we
good
did.
guitar.
Yeah. Yeah. That was.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know
was a
what you're
good
talking
night.
about now. I
Yeah.
remember that story.
Yeah.
I bet they were good people.
They asked
Yeah.
if there was a bear over by our tent. Like, no, that's him.
He's in a cocoon.
That was. I remember that.
Bear
bear,
slept in
it's-
my hammock last night. I don't know
It's
what's up with that.
Sasquatch, not a bear. Sasquatch.
But I think we kind of covered everything for this section.
Another magic
we talked
trick.
about
Yeah.
we talked about practice, and we probably didn't hammer home on it as much as we probably could have because it's a thing that everybody's missing.
On practice. Yeah, I agree.
Practice,
I
and
agree.
it's not just with fly fishing. It's not just casting. It's you're out somewhere and there's a stream there. Practice reading the water.
Yeah.
Sit and watch it. It's just relax. If you smoke
Yeah.
a cigar, smoke a cigar. That's what.
Yep.
I sat there. I love it. It's just
Yeah.
I'll do it this coming week. I'm sure you guys will be fishing, and I'll be sitting there probably eating a sandwich and
Well, I'll be sitting right beside you.
yeah.
Uncrustables.
Laughing at him. throwing the water.
Uncrustable.
Yeah, laughing at-
Delicious.
yeah, it's actually true. That's what I'm bringing.
Get them.
Is that ham and cheese? Nope, it's an Uncrustable.
It's an
Get them
Uncrustable.
while we can. I'm pretty sure RFK is going to ban them.
Yeah, leave them alone.
Well, I'll crack open a can of sardines right beside you.
But yeah, we and then we'll watch him fall. And
Hey,
Luckily-
Ryan fell again.
Luckily, it's low water.
it is fun. Like when you do fall. Like, what are you doing down there? Nothing. Just looking for something.
Ooh,
I
a nip.
fell.
Immediately
Why?
has an answer. Yeah. Yeah. I fell in. Why'd you do that? All right.
But I mean, practice is one of those things, and I think it's Kelly Gallup has talked about it, saying that people don't often practice fishing, and he even goes as far as to say, cut off the hook
Yes.
on a white streamer, go out there and practice fishing. That there's no chance that you're going to catch a fish, so that you're focused on what you're doing and not distracted by the fish. Same with fly tying too, right? So there are many times that I'm just practicing a particular type of bug, and then usually by the time I'm done with that, and a bottle of whiskey, I've morphed some new fly together with all the different techniques.
Oh, man.
There's
we
7
could go
hooks.
into another.
Hey, there's 7 hooks on that one. It was good whiskey.
Listen, that's probably not far off the truth.
It's not. It's 100% true. Yeah, 100% true.
I've seen some of his streamers. They got lots of hooks on them.
Yeah. Yes. I have a few scars on my hands too. You bleed a lot when you drink.
Yeah. Those sharp hooks.
Yes, they're very sharp hooks.
Thank God.
But all right, we're gonna take a little break here, and then we'll be back with you guys in a minute. Ryan here from Broken Water Outfitters. If you're the kind of angler who's committed to the craft, the 4 a.m. alarms, the late nights at the Vice, the long walks past the pullout in search of wild fish, then you need to check out Fish Wild Apparel. Their collections are built for anglers who live this lifestyle on and off the water. Bold, clean designs for those who chase the hard stuff. Hit the link in the show notes or use promo code Broken Water Outfitters for 20% off your first order. For the dedicated, for the obsessed, for those who seek wild waters, check out Fish Wild Apparel. Welcome back, everybody. We had a good little break there. Got a little bit of food. If you've been sticking around this long,
Appreciate it.
thank you. Stay tuned because there's going to be even better stuff in the future. All right, so as we get into this will be the last segment of the podcast here. We talked about a lot of things about why we got into fly fishing.
Yeah.
I guess our opinions on the foundations for anglers getting into the sport. Ultimately, once you've got those couple things under your belt, trips and traditions are just going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be the best part.
It is
Yeah.
the best part.
Right. Yeah.
It is.
You
Yeah.
build that community, you find some fellow anglers, or maybe you don't, and you're a solo angler. You're going to find yourself traveling places to hit particular water at particular times.
Yeah.
We have an upcoming trip every year, the week of Veterans Day. It's kind of an interesting tradition. We've been doing that a lot longer than I thought we were.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking it was just a couple years.
So I'll guess. 4.
I think it might be 6.
Oh wow.
It might be 6. Started out just me and you.
Yeah.
And I was just looking for a
it got
cheap
worse.
lodging, basically.
Those are the good old days.
You guys will meet Josh on the next episode, but Josh goes on the trip with us. It's every year the week of Veterans Day. It's kind of turned into a little bit of something that I look forward to for more than just the fishing and hanging out with you guys. It's kind of turned into kind of let's say a Veterans Day like celebration kind of thing that I look forward to. Josh, Pete, and I are all veterans. Jon is providing service in a little bit different capacity.
First responders. That's
Trips and traditions, camaraderie. Not that November's a super busy time because it's before the holidays, but I always feel like I really need this trip. Pete joined us for the first time on it last year.
Was that your first one?
it was.
Felt like he'd been there for 20 years.
It
though.
did. Like yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
knew the first year or two it was just us, but
Yeah.
And Josh, 2 years.
I
This will be
thought
his
it
third?
was, it'll be his third. I thought last year was his first.
No, I do remember him the first one, and I was thinking Pete was there, but yeah, clearly I was wrong.
Yeah.
I just kind of filter in.
And what I like about that trip is, we fish. I almost feel like it's less about the fishing and more about the hanging out.
I think this one for sure is. I think
yeah.
because the fishing's not great.
It's okay. We've had some really
Yeah.
good years.
Last year we did well, I think.
We
Yeah.
did. Listen, the second year we were up there, the first spot that we go to on that stream, I caught 12 fish off the top before John even got there.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
So again,
could
there was
be a good
no
year.
there was
Yeah.
no witness.
Actually, I think it's on video.
Tell your story. It's your story. No one was
Well, I
there.
caught
On the old
I caught
camera
13
rig.
after you left.
Yeah. So as you get into angling, that's the other thing that kind of happens out there. That so if you're frustrated and you're in the beginning stages of your fly fishing journey, don't give up because it goes
Yeah.
some really cool places.
And the trip is like, I mean, there's people that they don't go with us and they ask me about it. Just
Yeah.
because I'm sure it's because I talk about it so much, especially the one in the spring.
Yeah,
But this one,
yes.
I think this one, I'm with you. Like, I don't really, it's not so much just, I'm so excited to fish. I think I'm just more looking forward to tradition of what we do at the cat, just, the
Yeah.
drinks and the food. Like we have
Yeah.
crock pots
Hanging
or
out.
whatever. And
Yeah.
because, we don't fish as much in the fall just because
No.
of the daylight we have.
It's
but-
fantastic. It gets dark at like 4:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is, man. It's that's the best part of the trip.
It is.
Just yeah.
It is. And it's not that it's not about the fish, but it just feels like when I think about that trip, it's more the camaraderie with the fellow anglers and
Yeah.
just a cool group. Mm-hmm. Which, again, there'll be some content coming out related to that. And I hope everybody enjoys it.
Stay tuned.
And even just the traditions that we talk like, oh, the tradition of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
I just think like the planning is fun. Like, cause we
I'm a
spend
big
all this
planner.
time planning and making lists. Like, oh, we got to bring this.
I'm
we
almost
gotta
more
make
excited
that.
to
Oh, yeah.
pack and go through my gear than I
And-
am to actually be
And
on the water
Ryan
sometimes.
will be
Yeah.
packed tonight. We go in.
I'm
3
half
weeks,
packed already.
right?
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
weeks.
No. It's a week.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, it is next week. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I better pack.
You ain't packed yet?
No. But I guarantee you, Ryan's about done.
I'll send out an event reminder so it pops up on your calendar.
No, I just wasn't thinking what the dates
It's like a
were.
dentist
But
appointment.
Hey, I didn't forget, buddy. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, next
But
Sunday, call John.
we
What are
were-
you doing? I'm packing for the trip next week. Hey,
Yeah.
we're at the cabin.
Yeah.
Ryan's already 12 deep.
Well, I mean, you were saying about the projection of like becoming an angler and how it evolves into the trips and then it's an annual trip. We just take time for granted so often.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
When you just gotta slow down and enjoy the moment you're in. And in this trip, I really enjoy that moment I'm in. It's not all about catching fish,
No.
and it is about the hanging out with the people and
I think we could
and
go
just having
out
fun.
on this trip and not catch a single fish, which isn't going to happen.
is,
We're going to
yeah.
catch fish.
Yeah.
For you guys.
Yeah, for some of us we might not.
But again, doesn't matter to me. It'll still be a
doesn't
great
matter.
time.
No.
And I'm sure I'll learn something from you guys on the water, and it'll work for you and not for me, but that's okay.
Yeah, but I'll learn stuff too. Like I'm always got an open mind. That's part of it.
Yeah, you're never done learning.
Never done learning.
No.
Never done learning. And not everything in the sport has been done. There is some tactic out there that dudes are going to be doing, or I shouldn't even say dudes, that long rod athletes are going to be implementing 10 years from now that we've never even heard of.
Yeah,
Something's
It's
going to happen.
Always evolving.
Yeah.
Can you say long rod athletes?
Long rod
Like, I
athletes.
feel like you can't say that. But no, yeah, that's we joke about that, but I mean, I see a lot more, women out on the water and stuff, and
Yeah, listen, it's an exciting.
but
For real, it's
because
an
you
exciting.
say fishermen
I
and
do
all that,
too,
but like
yeah.
now it's not, and
Yeah. I
which is
agree.
awesome.
And if anybody's
agree.
paying attention, generally, I might slip up and say
Yeah, it's
fishermen,
fine. Yeah.
but typically I'm using the terms
Fisher peoples. I
Yeah,
like when
fisher
you say
people.
fisher people.
anglers, world-class long rod athletes.
Yeah. So that covers everybody then.
It does.
Yeah.
Long rod athletes.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. It covers all genders.
Yeah, and not just that, but fly fishing was so, as we said in the beginning, intimidating, exclusive. That doesn't do a lot to grow ideas.
Yeah.
When you have the same particular set of individuals. It's now there's more people on the stream with sleeve tattoos and ear stretchers than the local skate park. Those backgrounds and mindsets bring a different form of evolution to the sport. Which,
They don't stereotype.
Yeah. I know I kind of ranted a little bit in the beginning about the exclusivity and casting to the king's trout.
Yeah.
But we're in that period where that's starting to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope it continues that way.
I think it
There's
is.
probably going to be a few of those companies that we aren't mentioning their names just yet that might follow because that's not what they're portraying. Enough about that. So anyways, trips and traditions.
Yeah.
Love them. Yeah.
They're fantastic. I think at this point I've got 3 annual trips, 2 of which happen 3 days apart.
That always cracks me up.
So I have John and I have an annual trip in the late spring, early summer, and 3 days after that ends, I have an annual trip with Pete.
Pete
Oh,
and I
yeah,
can't,
yeah.
Pete and I
Yeah.
can't hang out. That's why I guess that's 2 different.
Yeah. But he spends longer with me, just so you know.
That's fair. Well, hey, yeah, because usually I'm like, I better go home. But no, I mean, that, again, the tradition of it is, I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's fishing, but I think it's just
that's
it's just as much just hanging out.
Yeah.
And sitting by the fire,
Yep.
the flipper pit,
Yeah. Getting excited because
Oh, man.
we got this.
The
which my
Flipper
son still
pit.
talks about that. Like he still
man,
he'll
flipper
ask
pit's
when,
awesome.
when can we go to the. He doesn't remember the name of the pit, but he remembers the camper.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
He
when can we
does?
go to the camper? And I'm like, well, buddy, it's a little cold now, but
Listen, it's, at some point we are going to bring
He's-
you
he's
a
welcome.
particular
He loved it,
series that is Tales from the Flipper Pit.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great after action stream report,
Oh, that would be great.
and it's probably not going to be PG-13 just because I know
Yeah.
it won't be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
where we're
boy.
at that point in the day.
Yeah.
We will have the swear jar for that one.
No, swear jar aside on
No,
that one.
that's
If-
coming
Yeah.
away.
It'll melt in the fire. The first couple of years up there, we melted bottles in that fire pit.
We did, and then at the end of the year, when
They
we
were
cleaned
gone.
it out, it was just a sheet of glass that we had to. Yeah.
When you do these different trips and traditions, then you start to encounter all these different water types, right? Water types and conditions, that's gonna dictate what you're doing probably more than anything else. Probably even more than it'll influence what you're doing, sometimes not even dependent on the bug activity. If you've got blowed out water, it may not be important what's hatching.
No.
If you're fishing chocolate milk, it probably doesn't matter because you're just looking for a profile
Yeah.
or a squirmy worm.
Yeah. And or a mop fly.
There he is.
And or
Which we do have an improved mop fly that I developed last year that actually does really, really well. I don't know if John's fished it yet.
I haven't,
Pete's seen
no.
it, and I don't know if
Oh.
he gave him. I don't know if I
Oh, it
gave him
works.
any or
Yeah.
not.
Does it?
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's strange that it works so well, but really does. 'Cause you were, I think, 20 yards up above me fishing a
Yeah.
mop fly, limited to no action, and I was trying to literally leave the hole to give it to another
Yeah.
new long rodder
Yeah.
who and I was
broke his
catching
rod.
fish. Yeah, and he broke his rod.
He broke his
which is a
brand new rod.
Which at some point we'll do an episode on rites of passage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Losing that, break a rod, forget your
I
boots.
contend that
Yeah.
losing a net is also one
Forget
of
your
them.
boots.
But yeah, forget your boots.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He had a blast that day.
Yeah, just knowing those different water conditions. This trip that we take every year really to me to start to learn low clear water because that's generally what we're facing this time of year. It's nice when we're not. We've got a drought or not. It's usually really, really clear in the fall, and then most of the winter. We get into January.
Yeah.
It's rare that it's not super clear. If you can
Okay.
see through the ice on some streams, but
Wow.
Yeah.
so then that dictates the tactics that we're gonna use, right? So,
Sneak.
Yeah, those
You-
the water conditions. That's your guideline for
Yeah.
what tactics you're going to employ.
Be very, very sneaky.
Yeah, sneak from downstream. Usually, we don't think of fishing in general is something that we really care about the attire on a whole lot as far as color. I mean, you got bass guys who look like they drive a NASCAR when the water's low and clear. Yeah, wear some natural colors.
Blends with the sky.
Blends with, depending on if it's a big water, yeah, you probably want to blend with the sky. If it's a smaller stream,
Blend with the-
wear something that has a color that's common in camouflage. You don't have to wear camouflage, but your olives, your browns, gray's always good. But in the fall, we have low clear water. My go-to tactic is dry dropper almost all day long, fishing that a small dry fly that's got a lot of buoyancy to it. But I'm not really fishing that. That's more of an opportunity thing, right? That
Yeah.
dry fly, I'm not really. You're fishing one or the
That's
other.
not your main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really fishing that dropper, but with a chance to catch a fish on top.
On the dry, yeah.
But what do you guys see as your go-to in the fall? I'll even say early fall because I feel we're early fall.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this year I have a plan. I think any like a small, tiny emerger, I think is where I'm headed. We're gonna see how it works out. Like a little midge emerger. So I'm definitely targeting to tie up a few of them just to bring along. Because last year I had some early spring emerger patterns that I caught fish. I mean, it's emerger, but it's just hanging in the meniscus.
Yep.
And fish
and a little bit inverted with that pattern, the way it's tied.
So I think with just changing the color a little bit and turning it into like an actual midge pattern. So I'm going to go there. Like a dry dropper might come into play depending on which creek we go to. But I'm putting a lot of faith in that midge emerger pattern right now.
What about dry dropper?
Dry dropper? Ooh, I wouldn't. I'd be okay with that. I mean,
you don't want any wind if you're trying to cast that.
And there probably will be wind, as there always is in the fall up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to create lots of entanglement opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I like your idea about the dry dropper too. I've become a fan of an ant pattern. One of my favorite ant patterns.
I mean, we can talk about specific patterns. You don't have to hide it. It's the bionic ant. Pete's turned me on to it.
Bionic ant that it's really become a go-to pattern.
I tied a bunch up just for dry dropper.
Yeah.
to be my dry fly. Nice profile. Easy to tie.
Yeah.
What was it, a couple weeks
difficult.
ago? I came up and fished with you, and unfortunately, we were supposed to kind of help with an event that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But we all kind of got together anyways and fished, and you guys were throwing bionic ants, and I was just watching the way that kind of drifted and the suspendability of it, and I was like, that might be my new dry fly for dry dropper.
Yeah.
And I came home and I tied 30 of them that next day. And
you just lose time at the bench, don't you?
What else would I do?
Yeah.
And then yesterday, I think I got the materials to tie another 45 or 60. So
yeah, I think I tied up around 60 of them in different sizes.
I suspect
two different colors.
By the time I get through probably the next 6, I'll probably be altering the pattern in some fashion to tweak it, just because I'm like, oh, what if I did this?
A little Broken Water Outfitters tweak.
Yeah.
I like it.
Come up with some kind of weird name for it.
And all your tweaks always produce. Like I try like experimental flies and like maybe have like I might have 4 experimental flies and one of them might work and the other 3 are like nothing. Maybe it's a confidence thing, but it seems all your stuff that you try. Like
I went through that phase before though.
Yeah, but
we're
out there and fight. This is something I tweaked this and did this and you're getting fish on one after another. Yeah. I'm like, that's awesome.
Next thing I know, the rib's gone and the the fly's disintegrated and
it's still catching fish.
Still, it's just a hook.
Yeah. Somehow it works out, which I'm happy.
I mean, I'll definitely be going mawfly for sure.
Oh, mawfly. Yeah.
But no, I'll switch it up.
Fly's not a bad
idea.
No,
and it's just because I'm comfortable with it and the presentation of it and everything. Yeah. But I'll probably go after watching. I'll probably have you help me out with a dry.
We'll get you dialed in.
Yeah. And then I like throwing woolly buggers too. I don't know if
that's a good time.
This time of year.
This time of year, it can be very good.
I just like throwing them because I'm more active with it.
Okay.
So the surprising thing, and this kind of touches on a couple things. The one pattern I sent you guys, I came up with a little newsletter for the trip and had a fly selection chart that was on there, and I denoted some hot patterns. Did anybody pick up on one of the ones that seemed a bit strange?
Should we say yes?
No, you don't have to say yes.
I did. I don't. No, nothing.
Crayfish.
Oh.
We have traditionally, that's been one of our top producers.
I was going to say we've used it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And most people, especially in this region, 1, aren't fishing crayfish or trout. 2, certainly aren't fishing them in the fall because we view it as a bass bug.
Yeah. Well, last year in the one hole we stop at, that was our best fly.
Yep.
Wow.
Because that was the first one I caught off of, and then you guys started hammering them.
And going back to segment 2, and we talked about like resources and stuff, and I said about modern streamers for trophy trout from Guru Kelly Gallup. That's one of the things he talks about in there is when he was taxidermying the amount of crayfish claws and sculpin fins that were in
Wow.
trout. That far outnumbered the bugs.
Yeah,
Wow.
I do remember.
I don't know. Maybe I
that
should
was-
censor this whole thing because
That's great knowledge right there.
No.
And it's proven by somebody getting in the
Yeah.
belly.
no, I mean in the past it's produced for us. And we're not talking like throwing big 4-inch crayfish on small streams.
3 and 7/8.
We've had a lot of luck on 2.5,
Wow.
3-inch long crayfish.
Wow.
I tie some micro
Watch that
kind of
wall.
stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of those kind of sneaky things that not a lot of people are really thinking about out there.
Yeah.
That just doesn't really, and maybe it does out west. I don't know, but it's certainly in kind of the mid-Atlantic region here, it's not, crayfish for trout is kind of an afterthought. You walk into a fly shop, you're not seeing a lot of crayfish patterns. They're
That's true,
valuable.
Yeah.
And that's probably I suspect that's what a woolly bugger likely represents.
That's actually a good thought too, because what else would they?
Very similar profile. And fish are only eating them when their claws are together when they're swimming. Mm-hmm. And that's what that would represent, in my
Possibly.
opinion.
Yeah.
Could be a leech, but not much of a head on it to really move any kind of water. Then the other thing we get into is something that I really don't do a whole lot of: naked nymphing. I don't know if you guys know what that term is?
I have an idea.
It's essentially swinging,
I thought we
right?
were going to talk about this. Naked nymphing and swinging. Yeah, I thought we weren't going to
naked
talk about
nymphing and
this.
swinging. There are no pineapples involved.
Just upside down.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
You do know.
Is that like a special resort on the creek?
Well, not yet, but we are in some
You
talks.
just look for the waders in the trees.
Yeah. Yes. Naked nymphing is nymphing without. It's not tight lining. Naked nymphing is nymphing without an indicator, and just throwing that out there, and you have no control over your depth, anything like that, and you're essentially swinging that nymph. That's considered naked nymphing.
Oh, now that you explained it, I've done that.
Yes, you have. I've seen you.
You've seen him naked nymphing?
Yeah, it can be effective at times. Generally, if we just slow down for a minute and use that patience, we can adjust that. We can add an indicator. It only takes a minute, and we're going to improve our drift because you have different currents at different levels of the water, and by providing a little bit more friction on top, we can get a better drift with that nymph and get it down into the strike zone for longer. Sometimes naked nymphing is the answer. Especially in low, clear water, sometimes it's working.
Depends on who I'm fishing with.
Yeah. And water temperature. Mentioning indicators. Big fan of the Oros indicators.
Oh, I love
man, they really,
Uh-oh. Name
really.
dropped.
I got no
They're
problem
the best,
with
though.
it.
They are the best, yeah. That's all I use.
It's such a great design.
I
that-
love losing them too.
It's such a great design that it was kind of one of those things where once I saw that, I was like, why did we do that any other way?
Yeah.
Why thingamabobber attach on the side?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Like it just created a hinge point, and with those Oros goes on the line, the tangles, it really doesn't increase tangles. It casts in
Yep.
line. The power transfers, they just come in a couple different sizes.
Yeah.
They
I agree.
Float really well. Even the large ones are pretty sensitive.
Agreed.
But in the fall, that can kind of be a lot on top of the water. So the last time we were out, I was kicking myself because I was like, yep, I left my wool indicator set up at home.
Oh.
So you have that, I forget who makes it, but New Zealand wool indicator, whatever
Okay.
it's called. You have a little tool that has a little piece of like surgical tubing on there, and you have some wool. You
Okay.
pull out whatever color wool you want, and you put it on your line, you pull that through, and it doesn't really create such a bad hinge point, and it's super sensitive, and it's less noticeable on top of the water. But those typically work pretty well in the fall. If you're not going to fish dry dropper, again, dry dropper is probably your best option in the fall.
You know, I was fishing a dry dropper a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was like the dry. I wasn't getting any hits on it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think I did catch one fish on the dry, but it was one out of 20. I don't know, but if you're moving in the creek, the dry
Yep.
dropper the challenge you
You
have
can't
with
adjust
that,
your depth.
you can't adjust the depth. So that's where the strike indicator really comes into play, especially the
Yes.
Oros, because it's so easy to move up and down the line.
It is. It's good. Quick changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The simplicity of it is so nice,
It's
especially for
painless.
beginners.
You
Like,
know it's a good
Yeah.
design when
it's not hard. It's
No.
not
Yeah.
like it. It's just it's user friendly.
yeah, you know it's a
Very.
good design when other companies are immediately knocking it off as soon as it comes out.
Yeah.
And then you got streamers. Fall's a fantastic time for streamers. You got pre-spawn, spawn, and post-spawn fish in the fall. We're kind of in that pre-spawn, especially with the drought conditions, but we've got low clear water.
Yeah.
So fishing bigger streamers are a little tough right now around here. If we could get some decent rain from some spin-off from some hurricanes, it'd be a little bit different story. Pre-spawn, those fish are trying to really put on a bit of a feed bag.
Mm-hmm.
Up there on the wall behind John, there's a picture of a decent post-spawn brown that I caught a couple
Oh.
years ago. Nice colors, however, they don't eat much during that spawn when they get
Yeah.
all wound up, and they get this just a super snaky kind of
Oh,
bodied
yeah,
fish.
yeah. Long, thin. Yep.
Yeah, long, thin fish. He ate about a 3.5-inch articulated streamer in January,
Wow.
trying to regain those calories.
Yeah.
Low clear water is not great for those larger streamers. We're talking about the crayfish patterns,
Or woolly
the
bugger. Yeah.
woolly bugger,
Yeah.
bank buster, and like size 6 or 8. Which, if you haven't seen the video for that, check it out on the channel.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic pattern. George Daniels
Yeah.
scalp snacks, man, those things that's an awesome pattern.
Yeah. A lot
That's
of
really
success
just
with those.
That's really just a woolly bugger variation. Yeah, that's a fantastic pattern. And then dry flies in the fall. They're still
Pete,
coming
do you
up
like
once in
dry
a while.
flies? Are you a fan?
Like that much. Yeah. I still get a thrill out of dry fly fishing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
we
fun. It's fun to watch you dry fly fish. It really,
Really?
It
Ryan.
is.
I've actually called
It is.
Ryan after some of our times together and said like watching Pete dry fly is actually it's enjoyable
Really?
because you're so passionate with it, and it's just you're very very good at it.
Super attentive.
thank
yes,
The way
yeah.
I
I'm
get
focused.
with I get with
Yeah.
nymphing below the surface
Yeah.
is what
Yeah.
how he gets.
and just the way
on
I,
top.
and then me like
Yeah.
just the way I handle a mop fly.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
call-
seriously, like
I call Ryan after I see you fishing with a mop fly, and I say, "Man, he is so
you-
passionate."
Can you guys take those from him?
The mop and glow that guy does.
But no, seriously, like the
Well,
dry
thank you.
flies.
Well, thank you.
Then we've talked about it before. We talked about it actually before the spring
Yeah.
trip that I wanted to get better at it.
Yeah.
because I enjoy
Yeah.
it. I'm just not great at it. And that's what I think this year I left before you guys really got into it.
Yeah, but, well, we didn't get out with you as much this
No.
spring as we had wanted to, which I
hope
hope will.
Hopefully it changes next year.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can come up
Yeah.
more.
There's always next year. I'm a Cubs fan. There's
mean-
always next year.
I mean, we got I mean, because we have an extra raft, so
Yeah.
When we're talking about these rafts, if you haven't seen the float trip and
Oh, yeah,
adventures
yeah.
video, check it out. We're using Fish Cat, Outcast.
Outcast Fish Cat.
I can't remember which
version,
one
like-
comes first.
Yeah, like I mean, one of them's private labeled for somewhere else
Yeah.
called the Extremer,
Yeah.
which you can't get anymore. But same boat,
Same boat.
same little
It's a personal
raft.
pontoon. Oars kind of attached to it, so you're not going to drop them.
Yeah. It just gets you to places where you don't
Yes.
walk to, and get you, out of the realm of where crowds go.
Yep. Tough to fish from because you're sitting low to the water, but they're extremely stable. A lot of surface area,
Yep.
but they're fantastic taxis.
They're
on the
just a
water.
tool that just is. Yeah, I love them.
Really enjoyable. Like I like
Yeah.
the kayak fish. Like,
Yes.
but these are so much nicer. Now kayaks are on a lake.
I'd be interested to see how-
so much
Yeah.
fun. But,
how you would do on Matt's raft, and you might be more comfortable
I
on
don't
that.
know. I think that one was a little more difficult to maneuver.
Sitting up higher might give him a little more confidence at first.
I think it was
Well-
just I'd never done it, and it was just a matter of getting used to it. And then because I think like mid float that day, it was way easier.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
because you disappeared for like 3 hours downstream.
He was
Well,
practicing.
you guys pulled off, and I was like, well, I can't get back up there.
Yeah.
So then,
I
I
know.
stopped at that one little island, and I was having a blast because I got into 2 channels, and I mean, I was catching fish.
Oh, that was fantastic. We all ended up
and then
piling up there for a
you
little
guys
bit.
got there, and
Yeah.
I just stopped fishing and just I
Yeah.
had a drink and a cigar.
Yeah.
And I had a blast there. And it would have been
Nice.
great if like one of you guys would have made it down, but
And
I
would've
knew
saw
where
it.
I knew where I knew where you guys were. But I mean, it was awesome. But again,
Yeah.
it was a place that you would have never hit without.
Yeah, without
Yeah.
those rafts. Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
You'd been
yeah.
walking for 6 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're
So that
a
one
great
actually
tool.
worked out. I didn't hit it like nice shot. Like I didn't have a choice. I just ran into it.
Yeah, when John first got in the boat, he thought the paddles were just like splash devices. Splash, 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 splash.
And I'll say this,
They
like it was weird at first for me too because like they're fixed to the boat
Yeah,
and they
it's
don't
not-
rotate.
It didn't
Like,
feel like in my
No.
kayak. I have
Yeah.
total control.
Yeah.
I mean,
and trying to
Yeah.
you're trying to pat your belly and rub your head at the same time or however that goes.
yeah.
and then
yeah.
you drop the paddles when you do that. So.
Yeah.
But and you keep doing it, just becomes second
Mm-hmm.
nature because it doesn't take long.
Yeah.
No.
So
No.
yeah, you'll like next year it'll all be like second nature to you.
And we talked about that. Like it'll be much easier.
I'm trying to work on some sea shanties for when I'm rowing next year.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Get a little better rhythm.
We'll start working.
I can't wait.
Pete, we'll get some headphones.
I will put them over the radio.
I love it.
Any other thoughts? I feel like we can probably kind of start wrapping this up a little bit. I mean, the big standout thing is get into this so you can have an excuse to go on some trips with your friends.
You know
Yeah.
what? That
It's worth
is a
it just
very
for
good
that.
summation.
Yeah.
right
It's
there.
worth it just for that.
Yeah, it is.
Let it be enjoyable.
Yeah.
Don't fight it.
Yeah.
Just don't fight it. Like you're gonna have crappy days where you don't catch anything.
Yep.
And you tangle
Yeah.
or
Yep.
you open your leader wallet and work calls. I'm sure. I remember I called you after this.
Yeah.
I was out by myself, and I opened my leader wallet. Was getting a leader out, and my work phone rang. I answered it. Terrible mistake, and it just put me in a bad mood. And then I
Yep.
opened up my leader, and I didn't keep the pressure on, and I went home.
There
like,
goes $6.
Yeah, but it's just like silly little things. Like let this be enjoyable. Don't.
Yeah, and if you're struggling, ask yourself the question: Is it the fish, or do I not know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And if you don't, and 9 times out of 10, it's that you just don't have the knowledge for that particular condition,
Yeah.
Or the patience.
or the patience.
Seriously, yeah. Go
The
watch a
skill
short
of
video.
patience.
Go watch a short
I'm
video.
a big short video guy. You know that. Like.
Yep.
Anything over about 20 minutes, you lost me. Just
Yep.
because I'm not going to sit down and watch something on my phone
Yeah.
for over 20 minutes. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
to
And-
learn something, to
Yep.
like a video.
And
Something
that's why
else.
we're kind of setting up the channel in the fashion that we are, that things will be tiered, segmented, and categorized so you can easily go find these things. Maybe there is a particular water condition that you're having an issue with. You might be able to just go to Broken Water Outfitters YouTube website and pull up a video
Yeah.
on
Some
a playlist.
tips.
It may be ours, it may not, because
Yeah.
I'm putting on these playlists. I'm putting videos in those playlists, whether they're put out by me or not. If they're good for the knowledge that we're trying to put out there.
Yeah.
I don't have all the answers. I've learned a lot from other people.
Yeah.
And I will continue to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Practice, practice, practice.
Get into this. Go on some trips with your friends. Have a blast.
Yeah.
It's good for your mental health.
Listen, I know guys that hunted their whole life and then come to talk to them and they say, "Hey, it's after Thanksgiving. You're getting ready to go to hunting camp." Yep.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, I hope you shoot a big one." He says, "Oh, I don't hunt.
Haven't been out in years.
Yeah.
I've been
That's,
out
I know
years.
people like
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just goes to hang out with the guys."
Yeah.
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 Well,
I can
Oh,
only,
I don't
I
hunt
salute that.
anymore. I just go up there.
I can only hunt part of the
Exactly.
year. I can fish every day of the year.
That's right.
If I want
That's
to.
right.
Prove it.
Yeah. Oh, well, the job gets in the way
Yeah.
still, but after that, there might just be how many
Maybe-
days can we get out there?
Yeah.
I know in the wintertime, we talked a little bit about winter fishing. Last winter, when I was going up to one of the good winter fisheries here, there was an old grinder who was there every day in the afternoon at this one particular spot.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped and talked to him, and he said that he had caught a fish on top, and this was in, I think, February. The
Nice.
dead of winter.
Wow.
A fish on top, and he was only coming, and he was sitting there. And I'll give him credit. He wasn't even hanging out in his car in the parking lot. He was sitting there in a chair.
Wow.
Said 7 days in a row. and he had broke his previous streak, which was like 5 days, and he didn't get a fish till one day. And I showed up the next day, and he had a pole saw, which I don't know the legalities on this, but he was retrieving some flies from a tree branch in that area. Because he was like, I figured size 20s are pretty hard for me to see and tie these days, and I know there was at least a dozen of them up in that tree branch. So,
Oh, what a guy.
Yeah.
but I don't know if that's traditional for him or not, but it's dedication. Certainly he's enjoying it. I'm going to read us out.
All right.
All right.
Thank you for joining us today on the Broken Water Outfitters podcast. We were joined today by Pete, John, and most importantly, you guys. Broken Water Outfitters is not your typical outfitter. Instead of focusing on selling you gear, we aim to equip your mind with valuable and insightful knowledge. We hope you found something today in our discussion that enhances your time on the water or enriches your fly fishing lifestyle. You can explore more fly fishing related content on Broken Water Outfitters YouTube channel, and don't forget to check us out on Instagram. If you enjoyed this content, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or suggestions for future discussions, please don't hesitate to contact us at brokenwateroutfitters@gmail.com. Until we meet again, get out there, get after it, and hunt the water.